Hey! Yes, it did.
And it's like not even carbonated, I don't think. But
Carbonate a little bit. You just went all in, dude. It's okay. It's fireworks for the new year. How was your new year?
it was chill. I didn't really do anything. I just hung out with some friends. Like,
Oh, you just went to like a house?
Yeah. Just went to someone's apartment. There was like 8, 10 of us.
What?
I'm only getting one channel.
Fucking hell. And we're back.
And we're back.
It'll have it on my audio, so it'll be good. So you just chilled at an apartment complex?
Yeah, just hanging out, not really doing anything. Like half of us didn't drink that were there, so we were just watching the other ones play drinking games.
Watching everyone else play drinking games?
Yeah.
God. Drinking I have a weird... do you have weird things that just make you slightly mad? Drinking games kind of are just... They don't make any sense to me.
Because like you're gonna drink it, that's the goal.
Like, just drink.
Yeah.
Just drink. Why are we making a game out of it? Can't we just hang out?
It's like, isn't that what you want to do anyway? Why are you losing the game
And then not drinking, but
Right.
then you're drinking anyway. It's just like it's like a loop, like a snake eating its own tail.
I guess to make it take longer?
Fair to make the night drag on.
Yeah. It's an activity that makes the drinks last way longer than they should.
When the older you get, it's like it's midnight. You're like, it's only 10 o'clock. I should be in bed already.
That's kind of how it was. That's why I brought like a Monster with me, White Can Monster.
To the New Year's.
Yeah, it wakes me up like better than anything else.
Dude, like we were just saying, I could drink a whole. You said you've had a 12-pack since December.
September.
September.
Yeah.
Fuck. That would last 2 days. I would drink all that in 2 days, and I would still be sleepy.
Well, it doesn't really. I don't need it a lot unless I'm like I'm gonna be driving all night or staying up real late for some reason.
You're smart. You save it for when you really need it.
Yeah, I'm not just like a caffeine everyday kind of person.
I'm addicted. I did quit smoking. I think maybe I'm. So thanks for doing this on short notice.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I didn't have anything going on. I'm off work today, so it's like that.
And it's bullshit that we haven't had you on yet. Like for real. I'll say it out loud.
But now you've had everyone in my band on.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh
You've
shit.
completed the Infinity Gauntlet.
Hey. What stone are you?
I don't know what they mean. I'm the last one, whichever color that is.
I think the last one I got was the Soul Stone, right?
I think it was a soul
You
stone.
had to make a sacrifice.
Yeah, the sacrifice.
I'm so bad about the lore. I just want to see them punch each other.
That's right. It's like my guilty pleasure is the Transformers. Like I don't care what Shia LaBeouf is doing. I just want to see Transformers
I
do
want to see
stuff.
stuff blow up. Show me that budget.
That's it. Show me the budget, yo.
Like, where'd all that money go?
Meme it. Show me the budget. It's just blockbuster action
Yeah,
explosions.
the whole movie, I'd be fine with that.
Thanks, Michael Bay.
Cut everything, just the big fight scene.
They already do that.
Every Marvel movie is just fucking 18 minutes long.
I would love it.
We
One
were
with Mark
super
Wahlberg,
cuts.
They
Dude.
intro it, such a good intro, and then it's like just fucking.
Just
robots
go.
fucking
That's right.
3
For
hours.
3 hours. That's all you need, man.
That's what I want. I would pay full price. Half, cut the movie in half. Fights, different angles.
100% would still pay full price, and it would probably be more enjoyable. Because the story, especially them last couple, woo, it's hard to ignore how bad it is.
But I zone it out. I don't even pay attention to that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to remember the story. I'm just going to remember the fighting parts.
I have all 5 on Blu-ray, and I don't watch them for the stories at all. That would be kind of awesome to have a supercut set, like a collector's set that's
Yes. Just the fighting.
and just enough of the dialogue to set up the next scene, like kind of like the cartoons,
Yeah.
you know?
Because, like, people have done that on YouTube with animes. You can just watch the fight scenes from whatever anime. I used to do that all the time. Like, just watch Naruto fight scenes.
Really?
So I'm like, the fights were really good.
Fair.
And just watch half an hour of a fight. And we're like, yeah, that's way better than all the storyline, the talking for, especially like Dragon Ball Z, where they'll talk for like 5 episodes.
See, that's the one thing I can't do about the anime. I've tried. My wife just got into it, man, and like she's full in. I come home, there's anime on. I'm like, oh my god, I can't do it.
She was listening to anime music the other day.
Anime music is pretty tight. I'll give it that.
I am into some of it. I'm really picky about anime too. I don't watch
Are you?
a lot of it because some people are like, oh, you're an anime. And they'll start listing stuff. I'm like, I don't know. Don't know about those.
I know. I don't even know enough to get by. You can say, like you say, what was it, Naruto?
Yeah.
I know that is one of them. Couldn't tell you which one, or is it the one with the red bike? That one seems pretty famous.
There's no red bike in that one.
Okay.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
The thing is like a couple of like Chinese symbols or Japanese symbols, and then there's like a red bike and like a person standing next to it, and that's like the whole thing, and it's like a white background. See, that's all I got. I got snapshots of whatever it is.
No idea.
Yeah.
They must not fight in that one.
They probably don't. It's probably one of those long, drawn out, like Akira. That's
okay.
it.
That one's like a movie. I've seen it, but not enough to remember anything about it.
See. I don't know. It's just too much. Like, and I love a good slow burn, but when it's like episodes, and then the fight, and it's all in the same scene. Oh my God.
They gotta have like a flashback to whatever that I don't care about.
In the middle of about to fight. Could you imagine if real life fights were like that?
Like, let's reminisce for a second.
No one would ever die.
I can't
No
believe
one would ever die. They're like, you know what? Now that I've had time to think about it, I'm not mad anymore.
You know what? Actually, I know where you're coming from. Hey, maybe that's the key.
It's like a movie
They're like,
where the bad
oh,
guy's about
you're-
to kill the good guy.
Yeah.
Like, but I have to tell you why.
My dad was abusing me,
You're really my brother.
and all this stuff, and I'm sad now. And then it makes the killer sad, and now you're
Parents
scot free.
loved you more than they loved me,
And then
so
they
now I
just
have to
like-
kill you.
Nope, killing you anyway. Gotta
That's
get
true
that
too.
scene.
Yeah. Well, some people just want to be killing
Yeah.
for real.
In real life, yes. Some people,
yeah.
There are real life villains running around.
There are, but no real life superheroes.
We have the guy, Shadow Vision.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna 100% go to prison.
But he tried the best he could to be a superhero.
But there has to be a point where he machetes
Well, he
someone,
tries
and
to
that's
kick ass.
it's also very illegal. You can't just go around macheting people.
Maybe you should be able to if you have a good reason.
I don't disagree. Listen, I don't disagree, but it's wild that a man actually is attempting it. I wonder if there was a person who did some shit and he got him, and the police are like, well, we don't know what happened, but they know what happened, and he just hacked him.
Like real life Batman.
Yeah.
They're like, nope, don't know who this guy is.
Can't possibly be the one billionaire in town.
And it's like he covers half his face and like, still don't know who that is.
Good God, dude.
You know, the people in all of those movie universes, like, how do you not know?
That suspension of belief or whatever that
Yeah.
you have to like add to the thing. It's like, well, just imagine for a second that a pair of glasses and Clark Kent, that's two different people.
It's like, there's no way.
There's no fucking way.
No, how is your whole country that oblivious?
Your whole world. He's making headlines every second of every day.
I mean, that's true, yeah.
And he works for the newspaper printing it? Come on.
Spider-Man having only the best pictures of Spider-Man that no one else can get.
Right. Interesting.
Don't know how that happened. He still got paid like nothing.
Right. He's got all the best photos, but still a broke ass photographer doing low end, you know. But he's the best though. But he's down here though.
He's got to take his business somewhere else.
Daily Planet ain't paying shit. Or whatever he works for, the Bugle.
I don't know. I know
don't
it's
know.
the J. Jonah Jameson. That's his boss. I don't know the publication.
So y'all have had a pretty rad year, huh?
It's been good. Yeah.
Pretty sick. 2022 was really nice to Second Life. And I kind of like...
Wait, you're in Second Life?
I am.
Holy shit.
I know, surprise.
It took, 10 minutes to bring it up?
I mean, I brought up that...
The whole band's now been on.
Yeah.
That's an achievement. I've had a couple full bands on. We did a couple of full band podcasts. I like this version better.
Yeah. I was including that because I don't think Cody's had a solo episode, but he was in the Scorched Earth one.
And yes, and he was also helped with another one. So he's kind of like in the background of another one. Cody's awesome.
Yeah, Cody is awesome.
Your whole band's awesome.
They're good people.
Y'all are all like awesome, nice people. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, they're easy to get along with, easy to work with.
Yeah.
Good friends. So it's a good formula.
Chill. Yeah, it is a good formula.
like-
And then y'all write like the most pissed off shit and the most angry. That's always how it is, though.
Yeah.
It's like the smaller the person singing, the more violent the vocal is going to come out of that body.
And I love it. You know.
I don't know, though. You got a pretty nasty scream yourself, and you're a pretty average-sized human being.
Pretty average.
Pretty average-sized human being.
I suppose so.
What are
Yeah,
you, like 5'10"?
5'9".
5'9".
Yeah.
I think that is literally the average, right?
Probably.
I think it is.
I don't consider myself like short, but also not tall, so I guess that would be average by definition.
I think 5'9" is actually like the across the board national like height for males.
Yeah.
Like 5'9", and then I'm above that, and then I don't really know that many people under. Like everybody's kind of normal though, right?
Yeah, that's average. Yeah.
Everybody's kind of average. We don't know any. Are there any short people?
Like on Earth?
No. Like in our music scene. Like I'm just trying to think. Like
Not particularly.
I don't think there is. I've never been like, whoa.
Right.
I'm one of those guys that reacts out loud, so I definitely get myself in trouble.
So you would know because you'd be like, yeah,
Sure, that's why I'm thinking
reaction.
of it. And this is my problem. I have streams of consciousness, and I'm like, I lose track of everything because I'm like, wow, are there any little people in our music scene that are like, you know,
like 5 foot even.
are we have like a 5-foot person? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because I feel like I would know, like,
Oh, you would know. Yeah.
you know,
And you would be like, hey.
whoa, because I'm that fucking idiot.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would ruin their day. They'd go home and cry.
I hope not.
Oh, they'd go home and cry. If you were
definitely-
like, hey, you were the shortest person I have seen in this building.
I used to do that to really tall people. How's the weather up there? I'm an idiot, dude.
I know, Rob. I'm sure Rob gets that all the time.
Oh, Mr. 6'1,000"? Dude, yes. He is a tower person. What do you think he is? He's probably like 6'8", I bet.
6'8", maybe.
You think?
I have no idea.
He's like
actually.
he's like this tall, right? If you're looking at him, he's like, fuck, dude.
I don't know. 6'8" sounds like unbelievable, though.
You might be right. I'm very terrible at guessing height.
Me too. I don't think about it.
Maybe I think about it too much.
We'll say 6'5". I don't know.
6'5"?
Just throwing numbers out there.
Okay. I think I'm going to message him after this, actually.
Okay,
I'm gonna be
how
like, hey,
tall are you?
I just did a podcast. How tall are you?
So I'm like, funny enough, this is the 5th time I've been asked this today.
Today, the grocery store clerk was real nice about it.
He needs to be like, I've seen a guy, I think it was at the state fair one year. He just had a shirt with his height on it.
Brilliant.
It's like,
That's brilliant.
don't ask. There it is.
There it is. I'm 7'1", jerks.
And I kind of like that because like, you know, people are gonna ask.
Maybe that's what we all just start wearing everything. Well, that's coming, dude. With the glasses, with the heads up vision, the Terminator vision.
Oh, you can like read people's stats,
Dude,
That sounds terrifying.
you'll just have like your stat in your phone and your glasses, and if somebody will look at you and it'll be like, you know, just give you all the deets.
And the thing is, like, it sounds weird now, but like, it'll come so gradually that people will be like, no, this is fine. This is normal.
Oh, it comes in the lowest. I mean, because we've already seen what Google Glass is, and then they kind of trickle away, you know, because it's a hype. It's a hype thing. It's a hype piece of equipment. No one really gives a fuck. And then they'll come back in the form of Snapchat glasses, and those were popular for a minute. So they're like slowly dripping into the ethos until they're just normal.
And they're like, we already got your face. Might as well just send Facebook some of your blood.
They're doing that with the 23andMe, right? They just buy it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what else are they doing with that?
Who knows? I mean, they got it all. That's what Kurt's like, dude, they got it all. Just go with it. And I'm like, okay.
Might as well.
You might as well just fall in.
Like with the TikTok thing, like they're tracking everything. I'm like, everyone else is too. Yeah. I want to watch my short videos.
Yeah. Give me the comedy.
I'm like, I'm not doing anything. The FBI's not going to come raid me. Like, I'm not.
It's kind of true, too. It's like if you don't, I mean, that sucks to say, too, though, but like, because like they are looking at literally everything.
Yeah.
And TikTok, I think the weird part is because they have access, you give them access to all your other shit. But
Yes, that's
That's
what
weird.
scares people.
Yeah. That scares me, but then again, all I'm doing is making podcasts. Like literally,
Yeah.
the only thing I use my computer for is this.
It's like, wow, you want to see what bands I'm into?
Wow, you listen to way too much podcasting for being a guy who's a musician.
I'm the same way. I've really like listened to more podcasts than I listen to podcasts about music more than music.
I do too. I have like 5 music podcasts, and I listen to them all the time, every week.
It's interesting stuff, just getting people's perspectives and what other bands are doing, and
I think that's what's
hearing
so-
their stories.
Yes, I think that's what's so good about this medium in particular is it's the veil. You know, you get to peek behind it, and a lot of people, it's like you get, instead of having like, man, I wish I could meet this person and learn their tricks, dude, they're just out there saying it.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay for it or nothing. You just have to go on the app that's already on your phone and just click in their name. Anybody who's anybody probably has done a podcast at this point, at least some version of one.
And, like, there's useful information in there because they're telling you everything. You want to know what gear they use? It's all in there, you know?
All of it. And you just have to go, now it's all about the plugins, you know?
Yeah.
The VSTs and shit. Just go in there, listen to what they're doing, go find it, and start tinkering around. Boom, got it.
Exactly. And they'll tell you all the settings, too.
That's weird, too. How old are you now?
30.
30.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've been doing this. You were coming to shows when you were like a child, right?
Yeah, like, so my first show ever, I was 12. That's when I saw System of a Down in the Mars Volta. Then I was.
That's your first
That was
show?
my first show. It's like System of a Down's like my all-time favorite band. I do keep a running list. I wish I had kept the list of the number of shows I've attended, but so far beyond that. But it's like, so it started there. System of a Down was my favorite band. I was like, I have to see them. And my next show was also System of a Down, but it was at ozzfest 2006. Okay. So that was cool. And then
I think I was at ozzfest 2006. 8, not bad.
2008.
Yeah.
That was the only ozzfest I went to.
It's not bad.
Because it was like, that's when you're into like the whatever's on TV, mainstream kind of stuff.
Yeah, ours was okay. Ozzy, it's kind of sad. Ozzy was the best.
I mean, it's Ozzy.
He crushed so much more than every other band that day. And when I only saw a handful of bands I really liked, though. The lineup was kind of meh.
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, it is Ozzy. At the end of the day, it's fucking Ozzy Osbourne. Like, still got to see him. That's cool. But the fest was kind of shit.
And was it in Little Rock?
No, it was Dallas. So I was putting up with the heat, that kind of shit. It's in a fucking parking lot in the middle of summer. Concrete everywhere. It's just like Warped Tour, same spot.
Okay. Yeah, they've been to some miserable Warped Tours.
What's that? The Smirnoff Stadium is where they have it. It's like
they changed the name several times.
Oh, it's Dos Equis now, isn't it? It's the Dos Equis Amphitheater.
So. Yeah. Is it? I mean, I haven't been to a Warped Tour since like 2016.
My last one was 04. No, 06. It's been a while.
I went to a lot of them. Like, I think my senior year of high school went to my first Warped Tour.
Your first show was 12 years old. Who the fuck? How did you get into that at 12? And your brother? You have a brother?
Just MTV.
Of course.
MTV VH1 Headbangers Ball. And, like, System of a Down really just stuck. And I was like, it's weird. I like it.
I could get why. Did you see that new comparison someone made? They're the modern day Queen.
Yes.
And I was like, I started thinking about it because at first I was like, bullshit. And then I was like, wait a minute. That kind of really is true as fuck. The new metal Queen.
Yeah. I mean, I see it. I wish they would be more active. I would like to see them now. Even though they're kind of boring from what I've seen from their videos, they're like not in it.
It's a paycheck at a
they're like,
point, man.
Could use a new boat. Let's play a show.
You get big and you're all pumped up and pissed off and you do all the antics and that's what makes you great in the first place. But then you get all that comfort money and then you get old and you're just like, I'm so tired of being so mad. And I've got all these millions of dollars I want to spend. And, they've got endless fucking money.
And now they're just like, we're going to play like 3 shows a year.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like in California or very close.
Right. Or like Red Rock.
Yeah.
We're going to play Red Rock and once in New York and once in the West Coast.
Yeah. And like, we're going to just headline the biggest festival we can headline.
That's right.
Sucks. But I'm glad I got to see them because a lot of people have not.
I haven't. Crazy enough, I haven't seen them. And you'd think I would as much of a new metal kid as I was.
Yeah.
That's all I listened to. Fucking Korn, Biscuit, even like all my friends. I haven't.
But that's one of
I haven't seen them.
Like since we've been kids, like they've always been massive tours or arenas, like.
And they kind of fizzled out.
They did.
They had the hiatus for like a good while.
They had the hiatus. Same with Rage.
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
And then just and it's kind of smart though, because I think that's the key to one of the keys to their longevity. I mean, I say that Korn never stopped, and they're still relevant.
They're still big, but bands do like My Chemical Romance kind of did that.
Yeah, they did exactly that. You just get to a height and then you just stop, and it kind of it's like the leave them wanting more thing.
Yeah. And then it makes it massive because their comeback was just huge, especially when they delayed it like twice.
Because of the pandemic?
Yeah, because I bought tickets to see them in like 2020, didn't get to see them until 2022.
Did you go?
Yeah, I saw them in Chicago.
Okay.
Riot Fest.
Was it worth the wait?
Oh, yeah, it was great. That was the biggest, because I went to Riot Fest 2021 because they were supposed to play, and they canceled. I was like, I got the ticket, I'm gonna go anyway. But like the day they played was just like the biggest,
Right.
And then you could noticeably different the other days.
Really?
Like so many people came just for them on that day.
Okay. So they do. It is still like everyone's here for this band.
Yes.
Yeah. It's very noticeable.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I was like, is even like the lines to get in the next day were just like nothing. I was like, okay.
It's, I've only seen that a handful of times. Like one time, it was at Warped Tour 06 and Define the Great Line had just come out. And like Under Oath should have been headline, especially in Texas. Yeah. It's kind of one of their big spots, and they were second to last. And I felt so bad for that last band because they were both, how they do the main stage swap thing.
Yeah.
The line to get out of that place was staggering. I was like, man, y'all kind of shit this one. Y'all really fucked this last band.
But isn't with the Warped Tour, they kind of just like roll the dice. Like you get your stage, and then it's just like you play when you play that day.
And I think it's every day. You don't know the whole tour. It's literally like, pull it out of the hat. Okay, Emery, you're 11 a.m.
Yeah, and then the next day you're headlining.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the next day you're on the main stage at the thing. Like, it is just a crapshoot. I did too. I saw Emery at 11 o'clock in the morning. I was like, this seems different.
Yeah, I hate that, but I remember one year at Warped Tour. I feel like it was Attack playing. It was like the first band, and someone like threw up their breakfast all over the pit. Like it was a lot. I was like, that's
too many burritos.
Warped Tour was fun though. I do kind of miss that.
I miss that being like an option for sure.
But I mean, there's other things, but like just the big outdoor fests.
Yeah. So long as it's I don't like the whole being in a billion degrees thing anymore.
As I've gotten older, I don't like it. Maybe it's more of like a nostalgia thing for me now, just like thinking back on it.
Right.
Because now I'm like, I'm dying. I have to eat full meals.
Yes.
Before I'd be like when I went to ozzfest, I ate a snow cone all day, and that was good.
That's all you need.
But now I'm like, no, I need multiple meals.
Yes.
I need to sit down for like half an hour.
My legs hurt.
Yes.
My ankles hurt. I need water now. I can't just survive. I'm going to die from a heat exhaustion.
I need a lot of water. I have to take breaks.
Yep. It sucks, dude. It sucks. I'm about to experience that again. I'm going to have to go to West Texas for a month, like this week. So we're banking a bunch of these. That's kind of why this is all kind of... And I'm like, I know it's wintertime, but there, they don't care about winter there. It's just, it can be 80 now. Like it was 70 here 2 days ago.
I mean, it's pretty close today.
Is it really? See?
It was like high 60s.
And if the sun comes out, I'm just like, what is this going to be like?
Yeah. In January, that shouldn't be the case, but...
I mean, here we are.
Here we are.
It was fucking 1 degree 2 weeks ago.
I know, that's ridiculous. Dude, where it was like snowing. There's ice on the ground.
We were in here filming an episode for Patreon, and I got a phone call from my wife. My plumbing, the end of it just snapped off.
A lot of people's stuff flooded. Like a ton of people, more than I've ever seen. People are like, my apartment's flooded, my house flooded.
1 degree for that long, this shit's not made for that. We
are not a state made for that at all.
No. The houses aren't built to withstand that kind of cold. Like you see those pictures of those houses in like New Hampshire or some shit where they're just ice sculptures.
Yeah.
They're just covered in ice, but everything's still good. They're made for that shit. Ours is not made for that.
Yeah, that's why they're like, it's like, 12 feet of snow.
Yeah.
We're still working.
Yeah, my buddy lives in Japan, in the snowiest place on earth, and he was like, dude, it'll snow 10 feet in 2 days. Literally, actually, 10 fucking feet of snow. And they're just like, yeah, we just go to work. All the roads are good. Like, they're just built for it.
Yeah. You got to adapt at that point where it's like, you can't just shut down society forever.
Right. Oh, they've tamed nature in a way. Like, they put he's like telling me they have these poles in the road. So before the road crews get there, you can still see where the road is. You're just driving between the poles. Like, that is fucking smart.
Yeah.
Because here, you just die.
Basically. Like other places, their trucks got snow plows on them. They're ready. They're like, snow is not going to stop us.
Yeah, out at my house. Out at my house, in the woods, you used to see a bunch of dudes in their tractors just going up and down the street, which is nice, but they only do it from their house to like the nearest gas station.
To where they need to go.
Yes.
Better than nothing, but
it is.
I'm sure if you paid them, they'd do more.
Oh, 100%, because they're old, retired. They ain't doing shit.
like, hey, help me get out of my house.
I can't. If it snows, I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I got a rear-wheel drive V8 and a little Honda. Like I'm.
We're staying home.
Guess we're staying up. We did. What was it last year?
Maybe the year.
When was that big snow?
I know what you're talking. I think 2021, like March,
Big
February.
snow. Yeah. It was like 14 inches or something.
Yeah, I just didn't leave the house for a week.
Yeah, that's it.
Like saw it coming, just bought all the food I needed. Was like,
yep, bought all the food and watched Netflix for 8 straight days, something like that.
it's like
Boring.
chilling.
So, if your first show was that, and then when did you go from 12 to underground?
So
like,
like,
how do you get into that?
like so it was ozzfest 2006, 2007. I saw Papa Roach and what are they called?
Yes.
They were on Fear Factor.
Was
They're
it
twin brothers? Medina Lake.
Oh,
So they played.
Wow.
That was my first show in Arkansas. 'Cause I lived in Seattle for the first 2 shows. My first show in Arkansas was the Papa Roach show. It was at the Metroplex.
are you from Seattle?
Yeah. I lived there
Oh.
until I was 13.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I was like, I missed a lot. Like, there's a lot of cool shows there that I'm
I could imagine.
too young for.
Sure.
But then, so I got here, Papa Roach, and then I also saw Alice Cooper in 2007.
Fuck yeah.
They played
dude.
with Blackstone Cherry down at the riverfront.
Yep.
So, and then the end of 2007, it was that big show, Chiodo's Devil Wears Prada, Scary Kids Scaring Kids at Emory, Pierce the Veil at the Village.
I worked that show.
That was one of my first bigger shows.
I was in the back having the best conversation with the Chiodos guitar player about a band that hadn't been around for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I almost did.
That's what I've worked very little at that show.
It was sold out. They passed out tickets.
Yes.
I was the last one to get
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, that show, I heard a lot of people mention that tour on, like, different podcasts and stuff. I feel like that was, like, the point for a lot of people in, like, my age group.
Really?
For, like, the metalcore and stuff like that.
Like getting into like, oh shit, this is a thing, and finding that concert and like
Yeah.
branching out into other shit.
Because, like, I was, like, into stuff, but, like, I didn't really... Because I moved here in 2006, so this is 2007. So I still didn't know how to find everything. So, but
Right.
that was the point, I guess, because that's probably the most underground stuff at that point. And then 2008, like, January, I went to Nuckfest at Vino's. And so that was my first, like, actual underground, seeing local bands. Like... Annabelle was one of the first local bands I found out about.
I was just fixing to say, because I've been seeing you since then. So our paths crossed just about right the same time you got here, because I was definitely in that room at Chiodos and shit. I was just behind the scenes, pushing gear and whatnot.
Yeah,
I wasn't doing much. I was just I was dicking off hard that day. It was a great day for me. I remember it very well. That conversation was phenomenal.
It's just wild
It's
to
just-
think about the fact that the Devil Wears Prada opened.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But he's sitting here like 2007. I'm like, oh my God. Was it that long ago?
It was that long ago.
That's crazy. That's so awesome. So our paths have been crossing literally since you got here. That's
much,
cool,
yeah.
man. I didn't even put that together. I didn't even know that. I didn't know you were from Seattle.
Yeah.
See, I'm a shitty friend. That's what that means.
It didn't come up.
That's true. I just assume too much.
You know, I wasn't doing anything over there that was like notable or fun.
Well, you were a child.
Yeah.
I was playing like video games and
Yeah,
shit,
it's-
collecting Pokemon.
Basically, that was what I was doing. That's what I'm doing now. But...
Yeah, but now I can go to the park and do it.
Yes.
I got an app. There's an app for that.
Pokemon Go.
Bulbasaur. Floods of people.
That was a good summer. Like,
It really was.
everyone was outside.
It was, and it was wholesome as fuck.
I made a lot of friends through that.
Dude, I remember seeing you out there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was out there like every day.
even my stubborn ass, my wife was like, come on. And I was like,
Yes.
fine, I'll do it. And we went to one, and I was like, I was hooked for a while. I went that whole summer. I was definitely out
Yeah.
there. And you can still go. Do you still, they still have events. And if you go, we did one like last year, and there was probably 50 people out there hunting around. I was like, wow, it's still a thing.
Going down to the Root Market like park, and there were literally maybe like 300 people
Oh,
Yeah, that
running around
was.
looking for Pikachu and all.
whatever the one,
So it'd be like, there's a Diglett over there. And
when,
everybody would run
dude,
away.
it was like crazy. Someone would just scream something out, and hordes of
Yes.
people would just flood that area, like looking for that thing. One time, I was driving and Pokemoning,
Oh my God.
Don't do that, kids.
Of course not.
And I was at a Little Caesars, and I had to do a tail whip into a Little Caesars through the exit because a Snorlax popped up.
That's been me many times. So many times.
Allegedly.
I had there was a Twitter that would post like for Little Rock rare Pokemon spawns, and so I just had the notifications, and it would be like, "Yo, downtown Little Rock, this spawn." I would get in my car, drive downtown, be like, "Yo, I'm catching this."
I love it, dude. It's just like the little things. This is a little digital creature, and I'm so fucking stoked. Like, I can't believe and you know what's fucking more funny? I'm on my way to like tile a floor, and I'm like, "Oh shit,
like,
Snorlax!"
Hey, why were you late? The traffic.
Yes, it was a roadblock, a very big one.
There was a big fat
There was a big fat roadblock.
at the Little Caesars.
People like I played with a lot of people that are hardcore. Like there was an event in California. They're like, "Hey, you can get Kangaskhan at this event." I knew like 3 people that got on a plane to California to catch Kangaskhan, like with like 2 days notice.
Fuck, that's crazy. Well, what was that one guy that did? He spent crazy money, went all over the earth.
That was like right when it started.
Like right when it started.
To be like the first one to catch them all.
Be the first one to catch all the. And now, when we did it last year, I was like, this is like, there's so many.
Yeah.
Because I'm not aware of it. I don't know any of the thing. I don't know the backstory. I don't know the culture.
I think they're. It's not the same ones. Like you can get all of the
switch
old.
them now.
Yeah, it's just like the region lock, whatever. Like the newest generation to roll out is.
Right. You see how fucking.
We were like in draft, and they were like, "Hey, there's some of these. Like,
There's-
you gotta go to the
you have to go to, like,
mountains to find."
They're literally in a fucking different country,
You gotta
like
go somewhere where it's
Thailand.
not even service to
Yeah.
catch this motherfucker.
Or people, there was photos of like people riding around on bicycles with like 10 phones. And they're just, and they would bike to the next thing. And
That was ridiculous.
what an event. It wasn't just here. It was
everywhere.
the globe.
Yeah.
Everyone was Pokemoning. It was what I imagine it was like when like the Beatles were a thing.
Most wholesome it's ever been.
Like people that weren't even into Pokemon were getting into that.
Right here, dude.
Yeah.
You're looking at King not into shit of that nature.
Well, the best part of
And
that is
it was-
like, it was such a helpful environment.
It was
Like you weren't trying to fuck everybody over.
Right. It was
everybody
collaborative.
helping
Yeah.
everybody else.
There was no competition until they like started doing the teams. And they were
that's when it got
like, yo, okay, so
battling at the domes and stuff. I never really got into that.
because I was still hardcore into it, and like there were like different team chats, and we're like, okay, we're gonna take down the red team, and like we would do that. We would get in our cars like at night, so they wouldn't be up,
wouldn't
and
be
we
there.
would go and we would take their gyms one. Like we drove to Jacksonville, we're like, we're gonna take this whole row and we're gonna claim them, and then we posted on Facebook, and then like a couple hours later, they're getting their groups together, and they're like, we're taking them back.
That's ridiculous, dude.
I was like,
so
this
much
is some
fun,
real
though.
turf wars.
That real turf wars of it's just the fact that it's the Pokemon gym hunt.
It was so funny.
Dude, I remember like especially being the summer when everyone was into it, they would have those ones that are like you're driving down the interstate and they're at like the welcome to this city sign. So you're like, there's clearly nothing here. The gym's all grayed out because you can't get to it.
Yeah.
And me like taking loops on a bridge and going to find a spot to park on a side of a highway. Dude, I wonder how many accidents that game is
A
responsible
lot.
for.
I saw some that were on camera that were like someone ran into a police car doing it, and that was on YouTube, and that was like a big thing. Oh, you don't Pokemon and drive, but everyone did.
Dude, every day. If I had a free moment, I had that thing open, sitting on like you're like propping your phone up.
Yeah.
I don't have a phone holder, but it's just kind of propped up on like the air vent, and you'll see something. Those little grass leaves pop up. It's like an addiction.
Well, I got to a point where I could catch them without looking at it because I knew how to throw it, or like I could like look at the Pokemon like, okay, it's this big. I need to throw like this.
Doing the curve ball.
Yes.
Make sure you spin it up so it starts sparkling, and then
You get extra points for that.
you
Catches
do,
it
dude.
better.
Get the XP's higher.
I think like the furthest I just went to Memphis. That's the furthest I went for Pokemons. They had a Charmander nest, and it was in the Memphis Zoo. And we were in the parking lot because you could catch them there.
Okay.
And then like one of my friends had an app and was like, "There's a bunch in the zoo." So we paid money to get in the zoo to catch Charmander and like
not look at the animals.
look at the animals.
One of the premier zoos too. Like the
Yeah.
Memphis Zoo is fucking awesome.
We're just sprinting through the zoo like Charmander.
And they're like, look at this majestic creature, and you're like, it is, and you're down on your phone like it's a fucking Cubone.
It was so good. And, like,
Cubone freaks me out.
Why?
That little murderer.
Cubone's not a murderer.
He doing some. He's up to no good. He's nefarious.
Cubone just a sad little orphan.
Wearing his mother's head.
Yeah.
But then...
It's normal activity.
Yeah, plenty normal. And a thigh bone. I assume that's a thigh bone that he's carrying around.
It could be. I have no idea.
That's dark.
Pokemon's got some dark lore behind it.
That's dark as shit. I remember asking y'all at a thing, what is that? And y'all told me it's his mother's head. And I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
I thought he was a battle warrior and he stole a defeated enemy's head.
Nope.
Yikes.
Cubone is just
He's...
orphaned Charmander.
He grew up in...
Kangaskhan. That's the theory.
Oh, really?
'Cause if you look at the Kangaskhan, the baby in the pouch looks like Cubone.
Yeah.
So the theory is the Kangaskhan dies, and then the baby in the pouch doesn't grow up to be a Kangaskhan. It becomes a Cubone. It puts the skull on. Though it's never been, like, officially confirmed. But that's,
So
like...
just sit there and snack on the corpse until it's... Because you know how long bones take to make, right?
Just
Like,
glad Ash
even
finally got to retire.
even nature... Yeah, I think that's going to fuck them.
Yeah, we need Ash.
No one's going to give a shit, right?
Right, like, just
He's
keep
been
Ash.
for 25 years.
So, it's working.
Well, here's the problem. He's been the thing in the most supportive generation of its existence for 25 years.
Yeah.
You're going to take away the thing that all these children that are now
Look,
30
you
years
gotta
old...
be unique, okay?
Huh? No.
No, okay, but
But that's not part of their thing.
well, also Yu-Gi-Oh kind of fell off.
True.
Like, but Pokemon is stayed
Just
strong.
like that zombie show, they killed everybody that everybody
Yeah.
gave a fuck, and now,
Walking Dead?
Yeah.
and that when they said that show was just now done, did you not go, wait, it's still fucking
Right.
on?
Yeah.
I thought it's been done.
They
should have
watching
been.
that for like 5 years.
It's like Hello Foot.
Yeah,
I don't
know why
like
they do
money.
that.
I'm a giant thing. Let me shoot my fucking feet
That's
off.
literally what happened with
Yeah,
that
it's
show.
so stupid.
I thought they were onto something good. They weren't. We don't want to see our favorite characters die.
Listen, okay.
Yeah, sure.
You're pushing the envelope. Everyone, like, it's when, like, the movie ends badly. You're like, damn, they didn't get the trophy? Fuck.
But then you keep doing it to us.
But then you keep
But
doing it?
There is a fine line between
like-
the realistic,
Because,
it being realistic of them living forever.
I mean,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
but
versus like,
it's also a TV show.
I don't care about that.
Right,
I need my
it's a
favorite
TV show.
character.
yeah, but it also
It-
is a TV show.
It's like when you kill Optimus Prime, you better be bringing Optimus. We all know Optimus Prime's ass is coming back. Like the new one. Have you seen the Beast Wars trailer?
No,
Dude.
I never
They're
got
doing-
really into Transformers. to
Well,
be fair.
I'm about to nerd on you for a second. Rumor has it this one's going to have time travel in it, and I am so stoked because it's got the
forward or backwards.
backwards. It's got the characters from the
prehistoric.
80s.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like dinosaur
So
Transformers.
you know the gorilla Optimus Prime is the same voice for both, right? The truck Optimus and the gorilla Optimus, but they are existing in the same timeline and this is the live action movie. So they're the same thing from different timelines.
Yeah.
So they're voiced by the same guy, but it's Optimus Prime from like my childhood.
So they're using like the original voice actor.
Yeah.
I do like when they do stuff like that.
They have the whole time. He's been the original voice, even in the movies.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm so fucking stoked. We went from System of a Down to Pokemon's to, dude. I love podcasting so much.
That's how your podcasts go. They can go anywhere at any time.
I just like
All those topics in 2 hours.
I just love the stream of consciousness because I still want to know your journey.
And it's like we're getting there. We're just like branching off.
Yeah. You just do these little branches. It's like building a tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
And eventually you get to the end.
You just kind of get to the end and you're like, oh, we're at the peak. What's nice up here?
Yeah.
And then it's over. I love it.
Yeah, I like that with the flow
Like we
about these.
just did Uniwall last night, dude, and it was like going and we're kind of getting into stuff, and then before you know it, we're talking about like human evolution and like the cosmos and all this shit, and we're
got deep.
dude. We dug some fucking trenches
Like,
yesterday.
what is the meaning of life?
Literally all in there. It's so much fun. I've been stressed to the max here lately. And so like, this has just been so nice to just sit down and
Chill, have a nice conversation.
Yes.
Not think about anything serious.
It's so nice. This does for me what music does for me.
Yeah.
It's the same vibe and it's longer. and I get to do it every week. Like, you get to practice and shit.
But
that's
it's
fun.
way different than playing a show.
So much different. And this is the show.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing a show right now. This is crazy. And the more and more, like, our listener base is great. And it's only getting better.
Yeah, the more you do it, the more it'll grow.
And so the more you grow, and so like every week you're doing a concert, but with your thoughts.
Yeah, and just like a one-on-one thing, and then
I love the one-on-one. I think this is the way.
Yeah.
2 is okay, like 1 and 2.
But like a whole group is kind of... Because I listen to some podcasts that they like to do the whole band every time, and I'm like, that's kind of rough. Because I'm like, who's talking? Who said that? Because it was like, if you're not watching a video...
it only works on video.
Yeah.
Like it...
Because audio, I'm like, especially
Who
if I'm
is
not
this?
super familiar with the
Right.
band, I'm like, I don't know who's telling
think
the story.
The best we pulled it off was that 100th episode at Will's house.
Yeah.
Like, that one was, everyone had kind of done it already, so everyone kind of knew when to, like, everyone was kind of pulling from everyone. That was probably one of the best ones with that many people. I don't know that I would do it again, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the group ones you've done have been pretty good.
They're good, but it's
also, I'm familiar with who's who.
It's also a lot on the back end, and that one was the first one we did with the video. It wasn't too bad, but like again, now you're adding. I'm trying to make 8 microphones sound decent, which I'm not that great at, without them like all bleeding into each other and shit, and hearing echoes and all that stuff. There's a real art form to that I haven't quite found. Kind of like screaming and shit. You know,
Is there an art to that?
I think. Oh yeah.
Or are we not just doing it?
No. I think there's definitely an art because I've seen some bad screamers.
Hey, you're right.
Everyone says I can do that. Anybody can scream, and I'm like, the floor is yours.
Right.
By all means.
I feel like a lot of it's just not being able to keep doing it.
The longevity of
Yeah,
it.
not just like blow out your voice.
Like 2 seconds in.
Yeah.
I think also there's like an understanding of how to like, you're pushing air
Yeah.
from like the middle of your body lower. You don't want to push air from like your lungs. Some people do it, but that shit hurts.
I've never really thought about it though.
Really?
No, it's just kind of just the thing I do.
So if you're going to all these local shows, you're seeing like Annabelle, that's crazy. Do you just kind of fall into it though? You just kind of like, fucking, this is what I want. Because that was what it was for me. I saw my first underground show and went, I mean, my eyes must have literally sparkled. I can't describe the feeling I had the first time I saw an underground band.
Yeah.
But it was unbelievable. And it just like, dude, I'm a fucking poor 40-year-old sitting here like I would do this till the end of time.
Hey, that's how I was too. Like I already knew like I like going to shows, and this is like the underground shows. It's cheaper, it's more accessible, and like I was a teenager, so it's like that makes it a lot easier. Don't got a lot of money to be going to these like $30, $40, $50 arena shows.
And were your parents taking you, or you just hopping in with friends? Just
a little of both.
Yeah.
A lot of the times it was friend. Like went to Vino. We went to Vino's a lot before going to shows a few times with JP Jennings. I hung out with him a lot, and his dad would just like take us to eat, and then he would take us to shows sometimes. So that's how we went to Nuckfest.
Shout out Nuckfest.
I miss Nuckfest. Nuckfest was cool. The day I went, it was all local bands.
Oh yeah,
so that was like my first real exposure into the local scene, and
that would have been a banger of a lineup too, because that was probably what was that? Probably like Jungle Juice was probably around back then. I feel like.
This was
they not around?
Jungle
That
Juice.
was pre-Jungle Juice.
I'm pretty sure. And like
So it
Jungle
would've been
Juice
more
may
like
have
Caden
started that year, but the Jungle Juice didn't play that. Caden did play it.
Okay, so it'd been more like that.
I want to say Tristan Trail.
It'd have been more like the attack era of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That crab core, breakdown core.
Exactly. I don't remember very many bands. I remember Annabelle. I remember Tristan Betrayal. I remember Caden.
That was a big 3.
But I know that there was probably like 8 bands on there.
Oh, I mean, there was like that shit would start at like 1 in the afternoon.
Maybe even like 10 bands.
And it's all a bunch of local bands too. So
Yeah.
probably looks terrible on stage. I love seeing those old photos, but the room would be packed as shit.
But back then, it was ridiculous.
Unreal.
Like every show was a ton of people.
So when it made you, what was your first band then?
So I started a band that didn't do anything.
Every time.
It was like in high school, me, JP Jennings.
Were you the vocalist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jake Hubert also did vocals.
Oh yeah.
We never had a drummer. So that's why we didn't do anything. Like we were like recorded on like an iPod or something and put it on MySpace. So there's that, and then later in 2008, I started a band that actually did play 1 or 2 shows.
Okay.
We played a show at Soundstage with Dr. Acula.
Hell
That was
yeah.
my first show. That was terrible, of course.
Of course. It's not supposed to be good.
And then in 2009, I started, was in that Calling the Shots band that played a lot of shows.
Yeah, y'all did play a lot of shows.
Kurt filmed some shows for that.
That's right.
Way back on your
Calling
YouTube.
the Shots?
You can find shows from that band.
We did watch some not that long ago. I don't know if I've ever told the story. You want to know my first band experience?
Yeah.
So I've always been a singer. When I was a child, I put in like old country cassettes and just sing. Like my parents weren't surprised when I was like, I want to do music. And then, so I'd played guitar for like a year, but I was trash. I was not a good learner of instruments yet. So I was like, I'll sing in my friend's band because they're fucking great at guitar and shit. We wrote one song and we were like 2 weeks old and we were having band doing rehearsal. And there's a lyric in there where I scream the word I scream because everything else was kind of like, it was very nu metal-y, very vocally, you know? So fucking embarrassing. I would scream, I scream. Then his brother comes in and goes, play the ice cream song again. I quit right there. I never came back. I was like, practice is over.
You're like this.
I can't do it.
So I guess that one didn't play a show.
Yeah. No. It never left the fucking living room.
I've been in plenty of those too.
It was a 5-year-old, dude. I was so fucking embarrassed, dude. I was like, all right, this is not for me. And then it was like probably another, I'd say half a year till I started playing in a band, playing guitar. And I had no business being a guitarist in a band, but I had to do something.
I feel that. I don't like not being in a band. I think there's only been like only a short period where I haven't been doing anything.
It kills me.
Like when I was in college, I didn't do anything for a few years.
What'd you do college?
Psychology.
Okay.
So I think it was like really that whole time I didn't do any bands.
Did you complete the whole thing? Wow. So you got a degree? You're a psychologist?
I got a degree. I don't do anything with it. But,
That's most people.
It's on the wall.
Yeah.
Look what I did.
I mean, that's probably a decent profession, I have to assume.
Probably. I lost interest in it.
Fair.
And I was just like, I've come this far.
You're like, I did it. That's all I really wanted to do was do it.
Well, I'm sure it looks good on a resume or something.
I get that. Well, a lot of things that look for stuff is just, did you complete it?
Yeah.
It's not about what you have.
Yeah.
That's why they say now just go for something easy, like a business management or something. Something you can just kind of almost skate through.
Right. It's just like, hey, I have a degree.
Yeah.
I can commit to things.
Yeah, it's more that. Yeah, it's the commitment, not the actual degree. It's like, what do you do? It's like, I work at Legos. Oh, what'd you go to college for? Psychiatry. What?
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And it's like, do they even check if you actually got the degree? Who knows?
I don't think they do.
They probably don't.
I think that's a big
You
load
just
of
write
shit.
that on there. Like, yeah, I was a regional manager of Blockbuster, and I got a master's degree in this.
Like, how are they going to know?
Right.
Like, seriously, is there a database that they have that we don't know about? Because I've never been like, oh, you got a degree. I just assume you're just telling me the truth. Like,
Yeah.
you could be 100% lying to me, and I would have no idea.
I'm sure people do it.
Oh, for sure. Dude. Well, they do it all the time, even with shit that's ridiculous. Like, soldiers. They'll just dress up like a soldier and to go get free
Yes,
drinks.
people do that all the time.
All the time. So, like, sure as hell, people are out there like, sure, I got a degree in X, Y, Z.
So the worst they can do is just not hire you.
I mean, it's just a no. And once you
Yeah.
get past just people can just say no. Dude, the power of the ask, this podcast is, I've learned, if you just ask somebody 9 times out of 10, they'll just do it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think a lot of people are like fear of rejection. And they're like,
There is that.
So it makes people not want to do things. I'm like that a lot too.
Really?
Where I'm like, I'm not going to. Even like simple things, I'm like, I don't want to bother them.
So do you play any other instruments though? Did you ever?
So like, 2021, like I've had a bass for like ever,
Just going to say, I saw you play bass. Why did I even ask that question?
but I never like got good at it or like really played it. I just got it and put it in the corner. And then so 2021, I was like, I'm going to play guitar. I want to start a band. I want to do more things.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a guitar and I got that game Rocksmith.
Yep.
And then I started playing. I was like, I hate this. Like I was like, holding a guitar does not make me happy. So then I got my bass from the corner. I plugged that in. I was like, this thing's shitty and won't stay in tune. So I bought another bass.
Yeah.
And then I've been playing. I bought a lot of basses too. So it's like I have a problem at this point.
It gets addictive.
Like I've gone through like a dozen.
Yes. Trust me, I know your pain.
Just like trading, selling, getting more.
Yeah.
So I've been playing bass pretty consistently since August 2021. I've only played the one show, but like I have a couple projects that I'm hoping start playing shows this year.
No shit.
It's like
Second Life?
not Second Life.
2 basses. Dude, Cody's bass tone is so insane.
Yeah.
You would never need a second one.
He was more than
Sub octaves. Just hitting the ultra low end.
Someone's like, yeah, I'm tuning all the way down to the
No, y'all work very cohesively. Like everybody is in their proper
Yeah.
location on that stage for sure.
Yeah, it is great, but like, so I want to play more shows in general, so I'm trying to get in as many things as I can. But it also has to be like people that I'm good friends with, because like I'm not good at bass, so it has to be like you have to work with me.
Fair. That's fair. I feel the same way about myself in every instrument, but I've been playing for 20 years, and I'm still like, nah, I'm terrible.
I feel like that's a lot of people are like, I'm not that great.
I'm not that great. I can pass.
Yeah.
It's passable. Like we just put out that Lame Johnny record. I was like 7 people will listen to this.
I got a good reception at this.
For being dead for, what, 3 years?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, holy fuck. We even put it on Bandcamp. I was like, shit, people want to stream it. Put it on Bandcamp.
Absolutely.
And, oh, shout out. We put another song on there if you buy it for $4.
Oh, yeah.
It's a secret song. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that either.
Like, it doesn't even show up on the thing.
So you like buy it's like really hidden.
Yeah, that and like the artwork for the back of the record, because we were going to make a real thing.
Yeah.
And then Justin almost died, and then we just didn't do it, and it just kind of fell off. Because when he came back, he wasn't going to be drumming, and he just played his first show drumming after like 3.5 years.
I was there. It had been.
It was fun.
Yeah, that was a good show.
It was fun. It was like, I went back and watched it, and I was like, we're definitely rusty as shit in this version, but it was fun.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah, it's not supposed to be good. It's just supposed to be fun.
fun,
And that's
chaotic.
That's the whole idea. But we used to be able to do all that and still like hit all the things, like the beats and the motions
like you're
and
not like completely like wrecking your set.
right. We didn't like crush, but we weren't like the worst ever.
Yeah, like no one's gonna notice.
Right, except me.
Yeah.
I'm being hard on myself.
You're gonna notice.
Yeah.
That's. I feel like that's a lot of musicians who are like, "Oh, I fucked that up," and then everyone else is like, "What are you talking about? Great show."
All the time.
Yeah.
Every time I crawl out the back door when like a buddy's band plays, even y'all, every time y'all play and I see y'all, I come out the back and I'll be like, hey, and everyone's like, can't believe I missed that fucking thing in the fifth. Did you hear that? And I'm like, no one fucking heard that. Like I've seen y'all 10 times. I've never heard y'all mess up once.
I mean, it does happen. I don't notice when we mess up a lot of the time. Unless it's like real bad, I'm not gonna notice either.
The super noticeable shit, like when someone starts playing the wrong riff or something.
Yeah. Or like it just sounds very wrong.
The guitar, like you hit something and it just goes completely out of tune.
Yeah, and it's like maybe that's not your fault. Maybe like your gear's messing up. I'm gonna notice that.
Like that definitely happened at the Shinvo show. I broke a string, and it's like the one string in that song that you use the most, and I'm like having to change it, and I was like doing it on a single string.
Yeah.
It sounded.
That happened to Keely at Banging in the Rock during one of our songs. Like the exact. She was like, so that slowed us down, but like she, we went through it, and then she just went and got another guitar.
Yeah,
good to go.
Yeah, you just make your way through it, but as a musician, you're dying inside.
Yeah.
Has there ever been that with like a vocal? I tell you, doing Lame Johnny, we did one. I think I shouldn't have probably played the show. I was a little ill. I had a cold. It was one of those like where the temperature was just changed. Like right now, 70, 30, 40, 100, whatever. And I just couldn't stop coughing. I would scream and then just cough. But I was smoking unbelievable.
Like I've had my voice crack sometimes.
Yeah.
But nothing like, I don't know if I've ever really like coughed while playing a set. It's like I'm like overcome with adrenaline almost, where it's like nothing else can be going on right now.
Right.
Like I could get hit in the head with a bat and I just would keep
You're just
going.
blocking out everything. Dude, I've seen dudes throw up live, singers.
I've seen that, never
experienced it.
But I also try to take precautions to avoid that. Like, I've got to eat at a certain time. Like, I have to eat at this time so it can digest by then.
That's very smart. That's very smart. It took me a long time to learn vocal etiquette, especially screaming, because you're pushing, so everything is flexed. You could shit on yourself. You can throw up. You can fucking pee can come out, like any little thing, and you're like, because you're flexing your whole. You know, your whole body is flexing. You're gripping a microphone. Your whole arm is so you're pissed off, or you're like, you're in the mode.
Yeah.
You're feeling it. Fuck everything. Goddamn.
Like, I'm usually good till like after we play. Like at Bang in the Rock, I was like going on 3 hours of sleep because of the show before and then the after show. And I help Will like get
Reset.
the house together. Dude. I help him build everything up, or like get the place clear, and then come back the next day in the morning, get everything.
I can't believe he left everything in there, dude. That place was fucking packed.
Yeah, I mean, it was just exhausting.
At like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
I was like, I have to go home. I'm too old. I can't hang.
So it was like the next day after our set, like I was good up until like a couple sets after that. When Terminal Nation played, I was like feeling terrible. And then like I did like the guest vocal part, and I know like I started too early and like I messed that up. And then like as soon as I got off stage, my whole body starts cramping, and I'm like, what is happening? So I had to sit down for like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just felt terrible.
Were you moshing and stuff too?
Yeah.
Hitting? Yeah.
And so at that point, I was like, my body is just spent.
Well, you played. That's an adrenaline dump right there off the top. You've just spent all the thing. Then you're doing fucking windmills in a pit.
Yeah.
Then you're screaming again after all that. They'd be like getting a tattoo, waiting around for an hour, and then going and getting another tattoo. Like,
And all on like 5 chicken tenders worth of
on Gus's.
Yeah, that's all I ate all day.
Yeah.
So I was just like, this is terrible. And then, so I was like, I'm sleep all day next day.
You know what? They'd be smart if they gave everyone a voucher to Stickies instead.
They should do that.
Do you know how much money they probably give Gus's chicken?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
You know, like if they wanted that money, be like, here's 50% off. Like, we're not going to give you free food, which they should be, but they don't have to. I mean, they can do what they want, but here's 50% off. They're still going to make some money, but especially on a fest.
Yeah.
You got 200 fucking band dudes there, all starving.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think a lot of people just go to Gus because it's right there, but with an incentive, like
That's
any
what I'm
type
saying.
of incentive,
Any
people
type.
are like, yeah,
Bro, 10%. I'm walking. It's only 2 blocks.
Right.
It's right down there. I can see it.
I would too.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, they got chicken strips over there.
Absolutely. Covered in delicious sauce. Their teriyaki strips ain't too bad.
Yeah, like they have a more extensive menu. More people would go there.
Now, do you do vocal warm-ups and shit?
No, not ever. Unless it's to annoy Will.
Me, just in the van for like an hour.
Because he would tell this story of like someone he was in a band with that would do a vocal warm up, and so I would just mimic that sometimes.
Just to get on his nerves. That's so funny.
But like in any serious way, no, I've never done vocal warm ups, and maybe I should. I don't know.
I will say, I started getting into it. A buddy of mine talked me into it. He sent me this video. I can send it to you. You feel like a fool. It's completely ridiculous. There's like these things where you have to go like, hey, you, and you like take you're like projecting your voice. You're taking the hat off, and it goes through all this stuff. And I started doing it. I was like, fine. I was very reluctant. I'm very reluctant to do most things. And then, like low key though, I did it for a few shows in a row, and like after, not necessarily during, but after, like just fine. It's like I never even did it.
Yeah.
And I was screaming the whole time. I was like, oh shit, there's something to this. This does work. That and stop eating cheese pre.
I've heard that, and I'm not gonna listen to that.
Just do it after.
No. I have my routine. I'm eating my pizza like 2 hours before we play.
That's fine. I think it's more like a 30-minute window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. It has to digest in some form.
There's something to that, I think. You might be onto something with that one. I'm always like right before I'm going on, because I'm a fat shit and I'm just snacking on everything, bro. If there's something left, I'm gonna put it down. Candies, whatever it is. I don't know. I think the vocal warm-ups definitely helped me, like, after the fact. I don't know about during, because I never really had a problem during. It's kind of like one of those things where you're in such a show stupor.
Yeah.
My wife calls
through it.
Yeah, my wife calls it show mode.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, it's real. You talk to your friend on show day at the same venue, they're kind of different.
Yeah, I mean,
they're playing.
I know that I'm noticeably different. Like, if I'm playing a show, I'm going outside less.
Yeah.
Like,
You're not hanging out as much.
Yeah, because I'm like, I want to make sure everything's going well.
Yep.
I want to make sure someone's at the merch table, whatever.
Right.
You know.
You're like, did we do this? Did we do that? You're constantly like going over shit in your brain. Like, is it good? Isn't that weird?
I'm like trying to keep track of everybody.
Because it's low key stressful, right?
Yeah. Even though it shouldn't be, but yeah.
But we make it that way.
I get stressed about shows. I think everyone in my band knows that, like, I'm probably the one that stresses the most. I'm like, we got to be there on time.
You just want it to be good.
Yeah.
You want to put on the show. Like, that's the thing.
I'm like, before Bitterfest, I'm like, okay, so no one can get too drunk the day before. I was like, we have to be there early. And it's like, I know they all know that already. But I'm like,
Well, you don't have to worry about Will.
yeah. And I'm just like, I just want everything to go right.
Will's just going, check. I'm in bed by 7, check. He's a grown-up. He's like a real grown-up. I take my vitamins, check. Did my workout, check. Paid all my bills this morning, check.
It's like, yes, please pay your bills. You're not thinking about that on stage.
Could you imagine? You have a stress
They're
checklist.
just like, wait, can I pay that?
I think my water bill's still on auto draft. I need to look. Oh my God.
That is me, ball of stress for no reason.
Yeah, we do it to ourselves, isn't that? It's like we don't have to. We can just show up and do the thing.
Yeah. I'm probably not helping anyone, but
Like, how long have you been fronting a band now? So, what was that? 09, you said?
first show was in 2008.
Okay, so 08?
Yeah.
How long? What? I don't even remember how many years that is. 15?
Yeah.
It was like 15 years.
Like half my life.
Like for sure. You're in Second Life. Everyone knows Second Life is fucking incredible. Y'all put on insane shows. You know what the fuck you're doing. 100% you do. But as soon as you walk in that building, you're just like, man, fuck, I gotta do this, I gotta do that.
What can go wrong today?
That's right. You just turn yourself into a fucking puddle of stress. And
It's just me every time. I'm like, what can go wrong? How do we prevent it? It's gonna be fun.
oh, and then when something does go wrong, oh my God, just everyone's on their phone looking stressed out, like fucking just, hey, what's up, fellas? Hey.
Usually it's been fine. Nothing
No.
catastrophic.
Or, that I don't know that I've ever had a catastrophic. Well, except we did show up to a show one time, fucking 3 hours away, and they didn't have a PA system.
That'd be pretty bad.
That was interesting.
I didn't want to tell you about that prior to.
Because we had one. We could have brought it.
Yeah.
No big deal. Just say, hey, we're doing this in a warehouse. We don't have a PA system. So we just toughed it out, man. Just screamed into the void.
Sounds terrible.
It was terrible.
That's
Yeah. Have y'all probably haven't. Y'all are pretty particular about what y'all are playing. This is smart. Y'all are playing it smart. I feel like with Second Life, y'all aren't playing a lot of like bullshit.
Yeah, I'll try not to. I mean, if it's something that looks fun,
Fun is different. That's different.
yeah. But like not just anything.
Right.
More so just not trying to play like all the time
Yes.
to where people get bored.
In one spot. Yeah, not playing all the time in one spot. But y'all been doing fucking...
Yeah.
Y'all played out of state a few times, and...
We're trying to do more of that for this year.
I think that's a lot of people's goal this year.
Yeah. But also, as me personally, I like to play a lot.
Right.
Like, I would play a lot more, but also...
I'd play every day if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm, like, trying to get other projects going so I can scratch that itch.
Right. I don't blame you at all, man. I was in 5 bands once just so I could play every day. I had a practice Monday through Friday. Literally every night of the week, I would come home. It was so nice too, because like I know what I'm doing after work. I don't got to think about nothing. I just show up. There's people at the house. We're hanging out. It's like a hangout every night. It was bliss, man. It was probably as close to being on like a lifelong tour, like a big band, as I'll probably ever get.
And that's fun. Like even just jamming.
Dude,
It doesn't have to be a show every day.
Right. Well, I can't not sit behind a drum kit and not put on a show, even if I'm by myself.
Yeah.
I'll just be going 1,000 miles an hour for no fucking reason at all.
Yeah, that's good though. That's like real practice.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever like tooted around. You know, where you like on a guitar, I like on a guitar, I can just sit in my chair and just noodle around, play whatever, try to learn a song on the internet. Dude, drums,
Just going ham the whole time.
I can't stop myself.
Yeah.
It's like the second I hit the snare drum, I just got to be full blast. That's a weird thing. It'd be like if you were in your car doing vocals and you're just going full force, grabbing the steering wheel, just yanking
Sometimes it is like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Driving down the road, just fucking pumping your fist, punching the fucking roof of the car.
You know, a good album comes on.
I mean, yeah. I really should start listening to music again. I mean, when I say I don't listen to music, I don't know that I've listened, except for when somebody puts something out.
Yeah.
Like if y'all drop like a single, like the video y'all put out, I'll take 3 minutes out of my day and watch that.
Yeah.
And be like, that's fucking awesome. Great. And then literally right back into a podcast.
I'm the same way, but I'd almost rather hear music live at this point.
Same.
I'm all about going to shows, the live experience. I'd rather do that than listen to a record. Which I will listen to the record. Like if a band's coming through, I'll check them out. Like, do I like this? And sometimes it sticks, and I'm like, I want to listen to this often.
That's an interesting new version of life too. Because you just didn't know.
Yeah.
You just had to go. I think that's why shows used to sell out just because.
So I gotta check this out.
Well, there's only one way. You know, you got to go either buy the whole fucking record,
Right.
which $20-$30. Now you can just stream it for no money at all, or go to the show for $5. It was like the test. It was like, we'll see if I like them live. I'll go buy the record.
Yeah.
Tell you how. I mean, fucking endless bands I found that way.
Me too. That's what I did. Just go to shows, check out the band that way. There's also MySpace helped a lot.
When it came around finally, for me.
So that was when I was first starting to go to shows. That was the thing.
That was like the ethos.
Top
Were you
8.
allowed to have a MySpace?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had one in middle school.
God, dog.
Go to your favorite national
Kids?
file with the top 8 and just-
That was like that.
Top 8 was huge.
Yeah, that was like that era's version of buying a record and reading the liner notes.
Yep.
And then you
They
just
also did have
top
a
eight.
music tab though,
but-
that showed you like who was
The
popping
music
off
tab
every
was
state.
big.
Yeah.
But we didn't. All that was like the end of my school career. It was like literally the tail end of it all, or even a lot of it was just after school was done completely. But so I didn't get a lot of that, like early youth finding shit stuff. It was all just word of mouth. You got to go see X-Toll, man. Okay, when are they coming? I don't know.
I don't know.
You got to go to look at the flyers at the venues.
Yeah, you gotta go downtown.
Or
find a
what we
flyer.
would do is, hey, who's playing tonight? You'd have to call.
Yeah.
Like, fucking weird, man.
That sounds kind of awful. You can imagine like answering the phone, and be like, "Yes, this band's playing." Over and over.
So, I think y'all would have missed them. There was an original, like my era's Vino's employees, and they had been there forever. And they were all so fucking jaded at this point. They were just like, hello, you know, hey, who's playing? Let me go look. Or sometimes they'd have it like there. They'd have like a list, this. They didn't give a fuck. You used to be able to buy tickets from the cashier for like other shows you'd see, like on the door.
That's kind of cool.
It was sick. I wish they'd bring that back. Low key, like if I'm walking around or if I'm at a show and I'm like, fucking Second Life's coming through. Like if I say I'm somewhere else, like just put me in a different universe real quick. Fucking $10. Let me get that already. Just
Buy
so
a
I
ticket
know.
to it in advance at there.
At the venue.
While it's in your brain.
Or just put up a QR code. Let me buy them online from
yeah.
your venue right fucking there. Every venue should have a QR code to their, like on their big, you know, everyone, most I feel like do like the month. You know,
Yeah.
and just have a little ticket QR code beside every one. You want a ticket to this one? Dude, scan it with your fucking phone.
That'd be cool.
Be sick. Fucking easy as fuck. And then you just walk in, doodly-doo. Vino's got to get on that, dude.
Yeah, but also like a lot of Vino shows, it's a lot of walk-ups as opposed to
Still
buying
is.
tickets in advance.
Yeah. We try to do as many in advance as possible. Like, sell it out before the doors even open.
Yeah.
That's way easier.
I mean, it is. But like a lot of people are just like, I'll just buy the
wait.
ticket later.
I think I want to do a handful of shows. I would like to try something really cool. Like that's kind of been on my mind because I've played so many. You know, when you play, I'm sure you have too. But I want to do something unique and different. Like what is a show? Like deconstruct that and make it something different. Theatrical almost is what is in my head.
Like dancing.
Like it's a show. Yes, like it's a show. You're coming to see a band or bands, but it's orchestrated. Does that make sense? Like we all got together and made this thing. Like our first version of it was gonna happen at the Eyes Up house. We were gonna have 2 bands, and we were gonna set the bands up across the room, and you were gonna play inside of the crowd, everyone.
That'd be interesting.
And one band would play a song, and as they're coming off of it, like we would practice. Say it was My Answer Warren's Second Life. As we're coming down on a song, y'all are revving into a song. Hard stop, hard start, like
back and forth,
and just play a whole set like that.
That'd be different.
It'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
But just getting, like, we tried with 2 different bands, and just getting, like, the idea is sick, but like getting
setting it up and
yes,
having to practice like that.
well, because you'd only be able to do the practice. I feel like then, like, you'd get one shot. You'd get before the show, before doors that day.
Yeah.
You run the thing. Okay, here at blah blah blah, and then everyone has to keep in their song. Is this track 4 or 5? Fuck, you know, because there's been 8 tracks played. Is it R4 or their 4?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds cool though. There's just a lot to
Be a lot to do.
to orchestrate.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys been good about putting on a show, lights and
It's kind of our whole thing,
Yeah.
right? It has been since like day one.
yeah, that's true.
That like
The energy, the going everywhere, running the crowd, climbing stuff.
climbing up on the thing. I would climb around on shit if I could.
Yeah,
If I wasn't so stuck to a drum set, specifically in that band.
yeah,
It just kind of happened that way too, and it always has been good. I will say it was a lot easier 10 years ago.
yeah.
You
I
know,
feel that.
because now, used to play a show, fucking stay up till 5 in the morning, wake up at 7 in the morning, go to work. Who gives a fuck, dude? Now, oh my god,
Right. Yeah, it's like, what happened? I feel like I got hit by a truck.
for like a week.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I did it every day, my body would just acclimate.
Yeah, you'd get used to it.
I'd be fine. The first week or two would probably be kind of rough. I feel like a lot of bands experience that when they are on tour, and then they like, because the end of the tour is what you want.
Yeah.
When they're all greased up and just fucking hitting every cylinder. When you're like, damn, we're at the beginning. It's why I kind of like Arkansas too, though, because we always get the last. We're always at the end of the run.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's bad too, right?
It depends. I feel like a lot of bands, it's like day 4 or 5 that they're like, they're falling, but then they're starting to get back up.
Yep.
It's like goes downhill and then it hits that point and
Yeah.
go from there.
Start fucking. I will say the more I do it in a row, definitely the more it just comes out. You're just, oh yeah. But then, I don't know, maybe you run the risk of doing the same shit constantly. I saw Static X one year, right?
At the Village?
No. God, I wish. I missed a handful of shows, and I'm sad about every one of them. Because all of them were like bangers. But no, I saw them at the riverfront. And there was this thing, and he was like, da-da-da-da, and he was like, let's do shots. And he does like this, ooh, that Wayne Static, that ooh, just like shit, and he just does a shot. And then like a year or two later, I see him in Texas. And I'm like, it's Static X, like they're fun, I like them on the record more than I did live. Really, it was just that one guy who was people were going to see.
Yeah.
The rest of the band could have gave a shit.
He kind of was the band.
I think he was. And then when he left, now I think they're doing something neat with it. It's like zombie him.
Weird.
It's weird. I would like to see it once live just to kind of check out the vibe of the whole thing. Like, I love those first 2 records. They're great, but, it is what it is. And then I'm sitting on the lawn at Smirnoff or whatever the fuck it is now, and I hear something, and I look over, and I'm with Kaylee, my wife now, and I'm like, let's do shots, ooh. And he goes, let's do some shots, ooh. And I was like,
They're still doing it.
hey, that fucking like 2 years later, dude. Fuck. That's bad.
I feel like they're just so dialing into the set at that point. Like, we're just going to play the same set. Because you get to a point, like a band like that, you know what songs people care about.
You're playing the hits.
Yeah.
You're a hit player.
Like, you have so many hits that is your set.
Like, you can still put out new records, but when you go play live, you best only be playing one of those songs.
Because, there's bands that have been around for like 20, 30 years, and they're playing the album from the 90s still.
That's right.
But they'll play it front to back, and that's it. Because that's what people want.
And they're still selling out arenas of people. So,
Yeah.
like, that's what we're here for. It'd be like...
It's good to be aware of that, though. They're not just, like, making everyone disappointed.
Well, I feel like every band does go through that we're not playing this anymore phase.
And I'm sure they start to feel it and be like, oh, we're making a mistake.
Oh, less people are showing up because we're playing the shit that we wrote in our 50s, not our 20s. Isn't that weird too, though?
Yeah.
So the older you get as a musician, you progress, you want to do this stuff, you get a little more, what's that word, avant-garde? It's like you want to experiment and get weird with
And
it.
everyone's like, no.
And everyone is like, except your camp is like, fuck this, where's the teenager shit we love so much, even though they are your age now also.
Yeah, but they want to feel young, They want to hear what they first got into the band
It's
on.
the attachment of it. You remind me of my childhood.
Exactly, and you have to keep doing that.
How could you rob me of this? But like, imagine if Second Life's around for 10 years, 12 years, 15 years, and 15 years from now, someone's coming up to you and be like, man, it just doesn't hit the same. Like,
Yeah, I feel like from the band's perspective, that would be disappointing. Especially like those bands are like, I wrote this song when I was 16. Those kind of bands.
all the early ones, they were children.
And they're like, I don't want to play this song that I wrote when I was 16. Please stop.
And you've made me, your attachment to this has made me play this my entire life.
And I'm sure a lot of them hate it.
Dude, they hate them. You work behind the scenes enough, you learn they're like, oh my God, for like the billionth time.
Because it's like, we're not even trying to play stuff that we put out 2 years ago.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
But luckily, I feel like there's not really anything that people are like that attached to with us. So it's fine.
I don't know about that. Y'all definitely have one or two moments where people are unfucking hinged. Overpaid, overworked.
Yeah.
I did that to you as a joke at the Halloween show. People were like, what are you? And I just started to quote your own lyrics back to you.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to play that one for a good while.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I don't know that you can stop playing that song.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the guy that's watching from afar these days. But every time it comes on, I'm like, that's the one. Like, that is the one.
Yeah. It's like, we're already trying, like, we don't even officially have, like, the record itself yet.
Like
the vinyl,
back?
The vinyl, yeah.
Ah.
And, like, I don't know how Mammoth Caravan got theirs back in, like, an instant.
I do. He told me.
Yeah?
He'll tell you. Yeah, I don't know if it's like a trade secret or anything. He goes to this company that does its lathing instead of pressing. So just not a lot of people are using it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. He like broke the fucking cheat code.
Because I was like, wow.
No,
like, it's just...
Dude, he was like,
fast.
he was like, it took like 2 weeks or something, or like a month
Yeah.
or so. Or like, it was like, most people are waiting a year,
Yeah.
and they did it in weeks. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, that's unheard of.
Yo, I bet if you hit him up, he would gladly share the information, because he shared it with me. I don't know if the cameras weren't on, so I don't want to say, but
Yeah. But I definitely will for, like, whenever. I want to get that back, and then...
especially like splits or like EPs, like, who did y'all go to? Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
The
'Cause it was
label.
through the label, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
Which was like a good... Because them taking care of it for us, it takes the stress off of it.
Yes.
But it's also, like, it's so long.
And it's a long journey, so it's going to be more stressful because there's only like 3 plants.
Yeah. And it's like,
And you're going to get pushed back because, oh, well, they got to re-release Katy Perry's second album.
Exactly.
Well, you're fucked because they need 1 million of them. Every Target bought 5.
so I feel like it's going to be like, by the time we get that, we're already going to have, like, another one ready to just be done, ready to put out there. It's like, we have material to put out, like, something else.
Yeah, y'all are. Is this a full record
7
that's
tracks.
coming? It's 7. So that is a record, right? Isn't that the cutoff?
It's kind of like on the cusp. I don't know. It's
I don't know the rules.
21 minutes, something like that.
It's a
19
minutes thing. It's not a
minutes.
songs thing, right?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Whatever it is, it's on the border.
So we're in danger. We might actually have to do 2 because ours is like 1 minute past full LP. And I was like, that can't be good. That can't be good.
Figure it out.
We'll figure it out, but I don't want to do 2 because 2 makes the price go fucking through the roof. And then I'm like, at that point, we might as well just add shit to it. Add a couple like B-sides.
Why not?
Because you got all this extra space, especially on the back of the other one. Oh, Lord, help me.
Might as well.
Yeah. Well, it's going to happen. I don't know when. Even if I have to do it my damn self, I'm getting that fucking thing on vinyl, man. I want it.
Yeah, that's how I am too.
I want to hold some My Hands to War vinyl.
Yeah, like none of my bands ever put out anything on a vinyl, so I'm like, that'd be cool.
Dude, I've only ever put out fucking one CD in 20 years.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I was in a band that had a professional one, but they recorded the month before I joined, so it wasn't me on the record.
Yeah,
so like
okay.
that's different. And then yeah, dude, like I had another one. Oh, Annabelle broke up before it was released. Never came out. I got it.
Time to drop it.
Could you imagine? Should I? I should just make a bunch of artwork and shit and just put it out.
Absolutely.
I got the whole thing.
It'd be a nice throwback for a lot of people.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. I'll dig down in the fucking archives. I'll find that bitch. It's in there. I've seen it a handful of times. Like you know how you're scrolling and you're trying to find something,
that thing.
and you're like, oh yeah, I wonder if I should. Maybe I'll do that because we did the Lame Johnny one. I couldn't believe it, dude. I am honestly. Thanks everybody. I'm blown away. I could not believe it.
Yeah, baby. It was pretty
On
dope.
YouTube,
Yeah.
it's doubled our subscriber base, the listens.
Really?
Yes. And I'm like, that's fucking cool, man.
It is.
I don't know how to be more happy because it was in one spot. It wasn't like we mass
Right.
released
It
it.
didn't go to like every streaming service or whatever.
And then we just put it on Bandcamp and you can buy it if you want or stream it. Like I was like, people need a streaming option, I feel like.
Yeah. But
But-
people are sharing it a lot too.
But fucking But I'm a self-hater. I think everything I do sucks.
I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, I like this. This blows me away. Our average is like 200 right now, which I think is fucking insane. Imagine right now there's 200 people in this room.
Yeah, that is a thing where it's like it doesn't seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it's like
That's
like streamers or like anything. Like you got this many eyes on you.
When you see there's guys with like 10,000 fucking people
Yeah.
watching them, and they're just talking. What the fuck?
Yeah, like when you conceptualize it like that, like imagine you're in an arena with that many people.
You're Kevin Hart
All eyes on
every
you.
night.
Yes.
You're in a fucking arena holding people's attention every night doing Twitch. Every night. I don't even think Kevin Hart could do that every night.
Yeah, it's wild when you really think of it that way.
It makes my brain short circuit because I'm like, and people just keep coming
Yeah, every day.
every day. It's like going to fucking Simmons Arena every day and watching the same. No, it's not the same. It's different.
You know, I mean,
But-
there's different commentary, whatever they do.
Kevin Hart has a new act. We'll just use him as the go-to because he's the guy that can fill up the arenas, and it's going there every single day. Now, granted, it is from home, but
Yeah, it's from home. It's cheaper
It's
than
just
buying
so-
a ticket to Kevin Hart.
it's free if you
Yeah.
want it to be.
Yeah, I guess you can pay money to subscribe or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
really use Twitch. I don't know how that works.
It's weird, man, and that I kind of have qualms with it. They take like half those people's money, so when you see someone donates like $10, they only get $5.
So that's sad.
That's fucked.
yeah.
Like, okay, take $3. You're fucking Twitch, dude.
Right, Twitch does not need to take these people's money.
Which means you're Amazon, which means you're the second largest corporation in the world. I think you're fine.
Yeah, but they can get away with it because they keep doing it.
Like 50% is it's a little ridiculous.
It's robbery.
Yeah, I'm with you there. That's fucking insane.
Because the creators needed a lot more.
Yeah. Or if they had more, hopefully I would assume at least most would do something more with it. You know, pass the buck along. Make
Right.
sure other streamers, even if it's in their camp, a lot of people bring up their friends first.
Yeah, or they'll be like with like a raid thing. Is that what it is? Where you have all of your stream join someone else's?
Yes, do things like that. That's cool as fuck. But dude, I can't imagine like this. Even just this, like just that number. That's a sold out Vino show
Yeah.
every week. Every single week. I'll cry thinking about that. Is fucking crazy.
It really is. Just
When you
Listening to a
quantify it
conversation.
into like people listening, that is bonkers. Imagine like it's so cool. That's why it does the same thing for me because that's how I see it.
yeah. When you think of it that way, like when you really think about what's happening,
Right.
and it's not because it doesn't have to be everyone at once, but it translates the same.
Yeah, it does. And then sometimes we get bigger guests, and those do crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Like shit, I never even thought it was possible. But then you see that it's possible, and then what that does, it's like, when you're in a band and you're playing, and then you can see what's possible.
Yeah.
Because we grew up watching these bands play these sold out shows, fucking all kaleidoscope eyes, just, oh, wow, this is amazing. And then you do it, and you're like, fuck, there's 2 people here.
Yeah.
But then eventually there's not just 2 people here. and you're playing in front of fucking 3, 4, 5, you know, and then every now and then you'll get that 1,000.
Yeah. I feel like lately there hasn't been the 2 people, though, like for any show.
Any show. Dude, a fucking show they promote the day before.
Yeah.
Look how good that cover show was y'all did.
Yeah, and that we were like, that's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be terrible, but it went way better than any of us expected.
Dude, not only was there a fucking sizable amount of people there, it was half the venue for sure.
Yeah.
Like at one point, the numbers, like it was one of those shows that kind of went like this, but like for sure, and it was fun as shit. And it was like literally most people were like, "Oh, this is a thing still," like the day before.
I'm surprised how that came together.
I think you can do it. I think we're finally getting to a spot. Isn't that awesome? Like it's like back to a point where I think the right show, like hardcore is just so crazy right now. It'd be a hardcore show. You'd put fucking Y'all, Terminal Nation, like Morbid Visions, and
Friday the 13th.
So that is happening. But imagine you drop that the day before it happened. How different is the turnout? Is it?
I might be, because I know, like, I think there's some people coming from out of state for this one.
Sure.
So
But
that takes more planning.
But how many is coming versus how many would actually still show up just on the immediacy of it?
I'm sure a ton of people would.
Yeah.
You know.
I think you're still definitely going to sell it out. I think that lineup, just that lineup's going to have a sold out show at Vino's for sure.
Yeah, that one's going to have a really big. And then there's also like touring bands that haven't been here before. So
Yes.
that's going to be really fun.
I'm really fucking mad. I'm going to miss that.
Are you?
Yeah. Because I was all set to go, and now it's like, well, you're leaving for a month.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm going to miss a lot of things. The 21st, like Tiny Towns and all that, missing that. I was like, God dang it, man. I'm not cut out for this.
But there'll be more.
I know, but fuck, dude. And I've seen it 1,000 times. Seen all those bands.
Still want to see it every time.
Still want to see it every time.
I'm the same way.
I could live at Vino's or any, like, back in the Village days, we literally did.
Yeah.
Dude, if there was a day there wasn't a show, we would go there, set up the projector, and just watch movies.
Just be in there.
Just be in there. Just have the fucking PA on. We used to have band practice in there.
That would be fun.
It was
practice on
it was
that.
low key sick as fuck because that PA was so massive.
Yeah.
Just boom, every kick drum hit, boom, boom. Have you got to do that yet?
No, I haven't had practice in a venue before.
Yeah, or like play like a massive stage, like the 40, 50 footers.
The hall's pretty big.
Y'all did play the hall,
Yeah.
so you did.
And there was this.
Where you get to feel. I forgot that they did that local showcase thing.
Yeah, and we played in Tyler, Texas, at like some fest where it was like half wrestling and then like half bands. Like two bands would play, and then they'd have wrestling. That was the first live wrestling event I've ever been to too.
Did you go to the Vino's one?
I didn't go to the Venus one. God, I heard good things about it.
Dude, it got me into wrestling.
You weren't into wrestling before, like,
No.
at all?
I was an outsider looking in, like, that's pretty neat. Like, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like, it seems interesting.
I was big into it as a kid.
Dude, it was unfucking real. The chaos of that shit. They put a full-size wrestling ring in fucking Vino's, dude. I think the only thing missing was the bands, but I don't know that you could do it. Because
That'd be kind of hard.
They had to have a backstage
Space.
area. Like, they took all that down and then had a band play after.
Yeah.
And it was dope. It was like this 80s style metal band, and it was fucking awesome. It fit the motif perfectly. But, like, if you could somehow get a band, like, shoved in the corner and have a band playing the outros and shit, oh, my God.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do there. Like, the place we played in Texas was, like, giant.
Yeah, of course.
So it was cool.
Didn't that kind of wrestling start in Texas? Isn't that, like, the birthplace of it?
I have no idea. I'm not.
I don't know. I don't either. I'm just wondering.
I don't know the history of that.
Huh.
It was cool to see, though.
Y'all played while people were wrestling or in between?
No, like, it'd be a couple bands would play, and then while the third band in a row would set up, the wrestlers would go, and then bands.
Oh, it was like a back and forth.
Yeah, and it was like an all-day fest.
No shit. How the fuck y'all get on that?
Moon Main was on it, and we were doing the run with Moon Main, so we just kind of tagged along. And they just let us play.
I love those. Those are the best shows.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows of my entire life is one of those moments. Got to the venue. Venue was trash. Almost got in a fight with the promoter. Left. Called some kids we met at Bass Pro Shop. And this was in Shreveport. And then we went down to Bossier City, which is like the next city, the sister city across the bridge. It's like Little Rock, North Little Rock. Same shit. Went across the bridge, found them, played in a skate park. The kids did a wrestling match, ladder match, on the floor while we were playing on the floor.
That's
hitting each other with chairs, ladder, like literal fucking jumping off ladders and tackling each other. Like that was the pit. And we were just playing and everyone's skating. It was a skate park, indoor, like a warehouse. And everyone's skating around. There's a fucking wrestling match happening.
So chaotic.
Like, and I love that shit. I live for chaos. And I was just like...
You're just like looking around. You're just like,
I was in fucking literal heaven. I could not believe the things that were going on.
Like, we got wrestlers, we got skateboarders. And, like, that wrestling, I'm sure, is, like, a lot more dangerous than, like...
It was on concrete, man. Like, they didn't give a fuck. And they were so nice. And when it was over, none of the band got compliments. None of us. You know what they were stoked about? The fucking light show. They had never seen it. They were like, man, we've never seen a band come through that have like lights and stuff.
Especially like that type of setting, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, it was just, we got lucky. We met some dudes, they looked like they were in a band, and we were at the Bass Pro trying to, hey, we're playing, trying to do that thing because there wasn't like a decent place to do it. Because a lot of the time, we would just hit the mall, Hot Topic, go around, whatever, same shit. And dude, it just worked out. It was like it was meant to happen. It's one of those universe moments where you're just like, this is exactly where we needed to be.
And it sounds like it too, like for it to turn out that way.
It was so cool.
Be all those layers of what's going on.
That was 2009. And it's still to this day one of my all-time favorite things that ever happened, just because it kind of just happened. We didn't plan it, sorta. I mean, we did call and ask, but
you that was not the plan of the start of the day at all.
No. We woke up in another city and drove to what we thought was going to be. We were going to play the soundstage in Shreveport. Remember that place? Did you ever go there?
No.
I think it's gone, which it should be.
Guess I wasn't missing anything.
Bro, the promoter walked up and goes, "Hey, my name's Nick. They call me Nick the Dick." We were there less than an hour.
Lived up to his name.
I didn't even have my drum set up yet. We were literally still pulling gear in the venue.
Wow. When
he yelled at our bassist. You remember Earl?
Yeah.
Earl's like the nicest guy. He's a fucking tech nerd. He makes apps and shit for a living. He's so chill. And he just comes in the room and he's like, guys. And Earl mad is like cartoons mad. He's like, guys. And he's still nice. He's still being nice. He's like, y'all can play the show if y'all want to, but it'll be without me tonight. And I had my cymbal in my hand, putting it on the stand, and I went, I guess we're not playing.
Yeah. Did they still have a show there with the other bands?
They quit too. They saw it and they were like, fuck that, we're out. No, everyone left. But dude, we got there, the fucking flyer. You know what the soonest flyer was on the door? 3 months ago.
Oh, so they weren't doing shows there, or they weren't promoting them?
They weren't promoting at all.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
It would have probably been a bad show even if it did happen.
It's probably one of those things because we played there because we heard such great things, and we were supposed to be on tour with Ashes. So had they not dropped, they would have been there too.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering how do you have Ashes of Augustine then, because they were, really making moves, and the soonest flyer you have on your door is from 3 months prior. That's crazy.
It is.
I think it was probably one of those regime changes. Every time that happens, a venue just fucking...
Yeah. Now Nick the Dick's taking over.
Oh, dude, that guy. A very unforgettable day. That guy spiraled a whole day of wild shit.
Yeah, it's just the sequence of events there. From that, and then you end up and you're like, we ended up with something way cooler.
Do you has that happened to y'all yet? Some sort of tour?
Not.
Because y'all have done some pretty far away shit.
We've hit Texas, and we've hit New Orleans.
That's far. Tyler is what, 8 hours?
It's I think that was closer, because that's near Dallas. Because on that we did San Antonio.
Well, San Antonio's not close.
No, that was far. And then we did another. What else is down there? What's past San Antonio?
Austin.
Yes, it was Austin, San Antonio, and Tyler.
Yeah. Oh, y'all did a boom, 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 like a little down that road,
We
because they're all on the same road. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. How was Austin?
was cool. I mean, it was like...
Did y'all do 6th Street? Or did y'all do 7th Street?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on.
I don't remember. I think Austin was the first day, and it was very small.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like... Also, like, down the road, there was, like, Vane and Touche Amore was playing. So I was like, there's no way anyone would come to this show.
Bro, we played Nashville the same day the CMA Awards were going on. Literally right down. You could see the arena it was happening at, and then fucking Reba McEntire was playing at the other arena. I was like, we're fucking doomed.
Yeah, that's the worst. And you're like, there's no way.
There's no one coming to this show, dude.
But then, like, the San Antonio was cool. They fed us, and there was a lot of people there. And
Hell yeah. I love San Antonio. Beautiful. Did y'all go down the Riverwalk?
no, we didn't really... Like, we got there and we played Magic for, like, hours. Because, like, a couple of the dudes in Moon play, me and Will play, so we were just playing Magic for so long.
You're like one of the biggest tourist cities in America, and you're like, you know what we're going to do?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's throwing caution to the wind. I don't want to see this shit. Fuck this. Dude, what is a term for Magic? Is Mage one of them? Is there a... I don't know anything, dude. I don't know. Do you play... What is there's Magic the Gathering, and then what's the other one with like the orcs and shit? Is that Magic?
Dungeons and Dragons?
That's it.
I've never played that.
Oh, really?
I know people that do play it, but it's like it's so much of a commitment. I'm like, I don't know if I would want to commit to.
That's the one where you have to like write everything down. Comes with like a board.
Yeah, and you have to like make your character, and like you go around a story, and like that's something you have to do like every week or however often.
Yeah. And it takes like months to do a single campaign.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So it's like a whole commitment. That I'm like, If it was something I could do in a day,
Right?
I'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So Magic's a day thing.
Yeah, Magic, you can play a game of Magic in half an hour.
Oh.
Or you can just keep playing multiple games, you know.
So it's like Go Fish. Not.
Yeah, but like the speed
I don't
of
want to
the game.
shit on your thing. I'm just saying like the speed.
Yeah. Depending on the deck, you know, game class 5 minutes.
The deck. Oh, because you make.
You make your own deck.
That's how big your dick
So,
is.
but is it just based on what you already own?
Yeah. You build
So it's a
your deck.
predetermined amount. Y'all say, okay, we're doing 10 cards this round, and you got to pick your best 10.
Well, there's like formats, but like you can either play 60 or 100. But we play 100 cards most of the time.
Each?
Yeah.
And you're doing that in 5 minutes?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You don't see all 100 cards, but there's like, you know, you shuffle up, you draw 7, and then every
Yeah.
turn you draw another card.
I need to come watch this happen.
I want to see you guys
Can you-
play
can you
a
s-
Pokemon match with starter decks against each other.
I will.
have
Corey
done
knows
that.
shit about it.
I would. I mean, we got 4,000 Pokemon cards in the garage.
Hell yeah. I was pretty big into Pokemon competitively until like I started doing more music stuff.
Sure. Well, you got to divide your time.
Yeah, because it was like pandemic, no shows. I was playing so much Pokemon.
Was it? Were you going to like those? Oh, pandemic. So no, you weren't going anywhere.
Yeah, so it was like, but the card
at
shops
home.
were like still open.
Were they? I was going to ask.
it
The
was
one in
sick.
Benton.
Little Rock, we played, and it was like you had to be. They put the tables long ways, so it was like 6 feet apart, and you had to wear a mask.
Okay.
But we were still playing Pokemon.
Just following the normal rules. Yeah, the tables are 6 feet.
And we were just playing every week.
Was it person to person or was it multiple people? Just two and one on one?
Yeah, it was just 1-on-1, and they had us spread out. Like there wouldn't be anyone like either side. They'd be spread out.
Like every other spot?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
You just look, and a lot of it, like when you've been playing, you just know by the artwork, so you don't
6
really have
feet's
to
not
read it.
that long. This is 6 feet.
Yeah,
So you're not that
But
far
it's
away
also
from each
like
other.
if you had a card, I would not really be able to read what it said from here. You know, 'cause they're
Dude,
small.
I can't. My vision's out.
Yeah.
Like if I'm supposed to have to look at your stuff, I'm so fucked.
But it was like when you're like playing a lot, you look at the picture, like okay, that's Charizard. I know what Charizard does. You know.
Well, with,
Oh, fair enough,
Pokemon,
like
it's
you've done
really,
it enough.
Bright and vibrant, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, with Magic, like a lot of those cards kind of blend together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never.
Or they'll say the name of the card, and I'm like, okay, I know what that does. If I don't, then I'll hold it and I'll read it. And
I think my aversion to gaming is just the time it takes. I get so. You know, oh, I gotta fucking go clean the gutters out, and you know, pop in a podcast, go do that.
Yeah.
I can't sit down too long. It's weird. I can do this because we're talking,
yeah.
having a conversation, but like just sitting with the with the objective to do, in my mind, what is a seemingly nothing. Like playing a video game to me is just like, oh, I'm just doing nothing. I'm just sitting here,
Yeah.
and then I just get antsy. Like fuck, I could be doing like I've
I
got
think that
chores to
stems
do.
from
I
the
got
time
fucking
management thing.
It could be like,
Because I'm the same way.
but I also have a fear of not doing something for the day. Like,
Oh, you gotta get something done, like accomplish
I
something.
need something, a goal. I need, like, today I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'll be good after this. Like, my brain will be appeased.
Okay, did something meaningful.
Right. But then I'll also, we want to try to cram in another one. So, like, I'll try to, get all that done, get this whole situation wrapped up and do all the editing and get it all written down and get it uploaded to the internet, and then take a breather and go, okay, when's the next one? Like,
Yeah.
I'll get like a nice little window. So that's maybe what I should start doing, like spot gaming. Like, just pop my Switch, because I bought a Switch. I got the thing. I got a
playing on
PlayStation. One game. I play, Kaylee plays more than I do. Mario Maker.
I've not heard of Mario Maker.
Let me open your eyes to the best. It's a game where you work. You build your own levels.
Oh,
You ever wanted a
okay.
Mario level that doesn't exist? They got a whole game for it.
That's kind of cool.
And used to be millions. It's kind of waned off now. It's like lesser than it's ever been.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Nintendo never gave it anything. Like, they did one update and they were like, cool, we're done here. But it was their second biggest game on the Wii U.
Wow.
The second biggest.
I feel like a lot of people would like that though, because build the nostalgia from it, and then you're like, I can make a level that's never existed.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want. And some of these, dude, some of this shit is so fucking complex. I'll send you a video of a guy that is so damn good at that game, it'll blow your fucking mind.
I could see that being an interesting thing to stream, because people it's going to be different every time.
It's different every time.
You
You're
don't know
going
what
to
it's gonna
die
be.
different every time. You're going to, it's the same level, but the way the level, you're only going to do it right once, and that's when you win. Because you're sitting there and you're dying. Some of these guys, some of these levels are so insane, dude, that you're dying 100 times just to get the repetition.
So they're like making it as hard as they can make it.
It's called Kaizo Mario, and it is. See, now I'm nerding out. I don't know how I found this. It popped up on YouTube one day, and I fucking deep dived.
And you're like, I got to get this game.
Yes, I bought a whole Wii U for it. Just it. Never played another game on it. And then I bought a whole Switch when they made the second one, because it didn't come out on Wii U. I wasn't going to get a Switch. I have no business owning one. That's the only reason I have it. Also, Mario Odyssey is fucking awesome. I did play that for a little bit.
I'm like that with Pokemon. That's like really the only Nintendo thing that I'm really into. I'm like, I'll have a Switch just to play Pokemon.
But doesn't the Pokemon link up to the games, the cell phone now?
I think there is an app where you can...
Like where you catch, if you catch it on the Switch,
yeah,
it
there's
shows
like,
up in your...
There's a way to move them from Pokemon Go to the Switch.
Remember the wristband?
Yes, I had one.
Did you really?
I mean, it caught so many things. Sometimes, and then you can just drive around and just click it.
What?
Yeah.
That's all you had to do? And it would just...
Yeah.
Got it. Got that
that-
Charmander.
was-
Charmander's one, right? Charmander?
Yeah.
Charmander? Got that Charmander.
Very useful. Just walk around, click, click, click.
It's kind of like a little cheat.
It was, but it was so good. And then they came out with a one that was like a smartwatch, I think, at one point. It was,
I think
had
you're
like
right.
a little like a display
A display
screen.
on it,
It would
yeah.
tell you what it was, because the other thing was just a button.
That's right. Have y'all started writing new music?
Yeah,
Nice.
we've been writing. We have enough music probably to put out another EP.
Really?
We
Already?
we haven't recorded anything yet though.
Well, take your time.
Yeah,
You know, I like me personally, I like taking my time with the content because it evolves. It's like when you watch a band that played that album for 2 years, the songs are different, right?
Yeah.
Than the album versions.
yeah, that is the same with us.
Yeah, it was the same with everyone. I think that's just a normal
Yeah.
aspect of it. But imagine being able to put those versions down. But we just do that in the practice room and shows, and you find something, you're like, dude, this is... Dude, like 10 of the riffs in that Shimfo set, we haven't played those songs in so long, and we revisited them and started adding solos and shit to them. And I was like, these songs are even better.
It makes the live show better.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that shit is so fun. I want to put it down. I want to put that out as like a thing, but then I'm like, then I feel obligated to just start writing more shit because now we're a releasing band, and now I feel like I'm definitely not going to write those songs. I was, young when I wrote those. Party fucking animal, just drinking booze. We used to have a rule that you had to have a 30-pack at practice.
Like to yourself?
Sometimes, but for the band. And we would crush it. We would crush it. We would sometimes 2, 3, 30-packs. We would just go through them.
Wow.
We would write songs and have to get drunk to remember the song. We were so fucked up when we wrote it. And it worked. We were like our own little science experiment.
Is that a thing? Like if you do it while drunk, you remember it while drunk?
Yeah. There's been lots of stuff where even high, when you do stuff high and you're high all the time, and that's how you function, like your body just gets, it's just muscle memory. So when you're in that state of mind, those things stick with you, and then when you get back in that state of mind, you're like, oh yeah.
There was a Family Guy episode like that, where he could only play piano while drunk.
How high? It's kind of like that. I mean, he was using a ghost, but it's like the same premise. You can only be this if you're high. And then when he loses his friend, from the weird kid smoked up all his friend plant. Have you seen the movie, or am I just like saying shit out of my ass?
Like, I don't know if I have.
It's Method Man and Red Man.
Okay, see, like, I know what you're talking about, but I cannot.
Doesn't watch stuff with drugs in it.
Are you straight edge?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that either.
Did you really not? Huh.
I know Will is because he got it written all over his body. It's not like I'm offering him a beer. Hey, man, you want a beer? Now, if he was at the bar, maybe I would, but he's never at the bar, which now that makes fucking sense.
Doesn't it?
He's the guy at the water cup.
Yes.
But I always just assume you need the water because you're the guy in the pit also still.
Hey, water is important.
Dude, you got to stay hydrated.
I'm always carrying water around.
Hydrate. That's like, dude, you want to know why most people feel like shit?
They don't drink water.
Dude, it changes everything.
They just drink Dr. Pepper.
Dude.
Well, it's got water in it.
2 grams. Bloop. That's how much water.
Yeah.
Those videos terrify me.
Couldn't be me. Like, I barely drink soda at all.
Outside of here, when I'm working, that's all I drink. That's all I have one of those like gallon water jug things.
Yeah.
This fucking. I fucking fucked up by messing with this before we started. Because have you seen it? It's just been like slowly unraveling itself.
Just drifting.
Microphone drift.
It's a thing now.
But literally.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's exciting, man.
Microphone drift?
No. I'm just thinking about, I can't believe I met you when you got here.
Yeah, pretty much.
That kind of blew my mind earlier when you said that. I was like, wait a minute. So we've been seeing each other this whole time, like interacting with each other? Because it's kind of been just interacting. Like, hey. It's been a lot of that for a long time. And it's like, oh, that's Matt. He's the guy that goes to like literally every fucking show ever. And now it shows. And now that I know that, that's crazy to me. I was like, because you were young.
Yeah. Was in high school.
Yeah, that's the difference, though. It's like, oh, he's too young.
Right.
Can't, nah. Because you don't want to be friends with someone who's too young.
Hello, fellow children.
Right. I'm a teenager in my 40s.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to do that.
No.
And like, even my wife, dude, when I met her, I was like, nah, there's no way she's lying to me. I raced home to make sure she couldn't change her social media. Because I was like, she's lying. She's trying to get me. And I was like, And I thought so when we met at a show, she said, oh, I'm 18, because I didn't want to talk to her. I was like, how old are you? 18? Bitch.
You sure?
You're lying. For sure you're lying. And so I was like, oh, cool. Like, and like, cute. Clearly I'm like, oh, shit. Girl's talking to me. Wow. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like, I don't want to give her my number. Like, maybe I'll just see her at another show. And she's like, can I have your number? I was like, hey, do you have MySpace? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, what is it? And I took her MySpace. Yeah. And I raced home before she could like get home and find me, because smartphones weren't a thing yet. I mean, they were kind of starting.
But not
we had
everyone
Blackberries and shit, Yeah. And I like literally raced home because I knew she lived closer to the venue than I did. And I got on there and I was like, how old does it say she is? Because surely she would have just had the normal age on there. 18. I was like, oh, thank God. I don't want to be that guy. And then I messaged her immediately. I was like, hey,
it's me.
Remember
from the
me?
show 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. And then I fell in love, and it fucking stinks. No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty good.
That's good.
It's great, actually. I hate it.
No, you don't.
I love it. I love love. I love people being in love. It's like so cute and mushy. But like the thought of like, oh, we have to die too.
Well, don't think about that.
I just want to go in the woods and just disappear. It makes me want to go in the woods and disappear.
I'm just so mad you didn't
Like-
invite me to your wedding.
When I didn't know you. I mean, to be fair, I knew Matt. I didn't invite him either.
Yeah, I wasn't invited.
Fucked up.
Sorry, man.
I don't like events.
You don't seem like the guy that would.
I like everything gives me like I have real bad anxiety about anything that's not like
Especially very formal events.
yes.
Yeah.
Like if there's not a band playing, I'm gonna feel awful.
Now, I will say, ours was 1930s themed. So everyone was in like Tommy gun suits and like they were dressed like mobsters and shit. And we drove an actual car from the 30s and we had fireworks.
That sounds really cool.
So it was tight and we almost had Maylene play.
That would have been dope.
We were like this close. It was literally a timing issue. We had the money. They were chill. They were like, look, we've done this before, but like we have this thing and we're just, it's like, it's in between two dates and it just wouldn't make sense for us to come. That's literally all that stopped us from having fucking Maylene play our wedding. God damn it. But we did have their photographer take our wedding pictures.
That's
so
cool.
There's that.
But it would have been a lot cooler having the Maylene play.
I would be a god.
Not a lot of people can say that.
I think maybe like two.
Yeah. I mean, like a real band playing a wedding in general, I feel like it's not.
So awesome. See, that's where we fucked up. We should have still did it.
Got another band, maybe?
We should have just found another band,
Should've just been like,
local
"It's
or
okay,
not.
We'll get married the next day.
Well, yeah.
We'll
they
change
were.
the date to accommodate
It was.
you guys.
It was one of those like in between two shows. Like they were on tour, so it's like they're playing in Dallas and wherever. But it was just not like they would have had to like come here and then go back, like backtrack. So I was like, it makes sense. Now that I'm thinking about it though, like 15 years later, we should have just fucking got another band to do it. Why didn't we do that?
So you're
Do you
set
remember how much
on
they wanted to
Maylene.
do that?
We really were set on Maylene. Dude, how sick, huh?
Do you remember how much they wanted to do that?
$500.
Let's steal.
Steel, bro. That's all they were back then. But that's all you needed back then. That means each of them were making $100 a night.
Yeah.
You know,
They weren't even making that. They're probably making like 50.
Times were different.
but times were different. Shit, you know that $100, $50, it goes a long way. That's more than enough to have paid your bills back then. Like being, because they were all like married dudes. You know, they all had the second incomes at home and all that shit.
I mean,
More than
realistically,
enough touring, like,
back then,
and they didn't
like,
have techs.
Yeah.
$50 to $100 a day is generally what you would make.
I mean,
anyway.
that's what a lot of people still make now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So like, and that ain't enough. Like that is not enough. You're fucked. I don't know how people live.
I don't know. We don't
If it wasn't for the house, if it wasn't for the house I have, like the crazy like thing that happened to me with my home, I would 100% be homeless. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have a fucking home right now. There's no way. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it
Well,
is
at
rough
least you
out
see
here.
the movie Hulk.
Dude,
At least I don't know what that has to do with anything, but
that fucking, I mean, it's fine. I can't believe he brought that back up though. That's it's a kids movie, and you had to be a kid when it came out. It's just the same thing with the band, wanting a band to play the hit from when you were a child. You know,
Holes is a good movie though.
it's fine. They fucked up.
Why
The
do you
story's
say that?
backwards.
Oh, from the book.
No. Oh, I've never read the book. Oh, you will never get me to read that. That's not going to happen. I don't read unless it's for knowledge gained.
The only book
Period.
I read is the Bible.
Nope. No, I think they fucked the story up. The story wasn't the kids; it was the couple. Flash back to the whole scene.
He's more
Don't flash
interested
back
about
to
the
the love
flashback.
scene.
Oh,
The flashbacks was the movie,
I mean yeah, that's why they were there. It's the whole thing.
but it's just reverse it. Make the story that and use the flashbacks to the future. You go to the future of their kids. They're living their life, and you're looking at what happened later in the flashback scene. So flash forward. No, shut up.
They could still make that though. That version, they should.
I don't know. The cast was stacked, dude. That cast for that movie being not. It's children's movie. It was popular with children. No adult gave a shit. It's crazy that that's the lineup they had. Because at the time, those were some of the biggest actors. Will you stop? That was like some of the biggest actors of all time.
Yeah, I mean, I like your idea though about focusing on the past.
I want that story.
They should put it out. It's been long enough.
Which
Where
can't be called Holes, though.
why? What could be called Holes the something.
With a Z.
Holes with the Z. Yes. Or it could be like Holes at the beginning.
The kid's name was Z.
It's Hector Zeroni. Zero.
Zeroni. Well, there was two because both of them were each other's, right?
Well, 'cause
That whole thing, that whole last sequence is where they tried to wrap it all up in a nice little bow, like just instantly.
yeah, they're related, kind of.
They're related, and look, the cops are here right at the right time. And that
he doesn't have his paperwork. He gets to go with them.
doesn't have his paperwork. Oh, here's the FBI magically all at the same time. Disney.
I mean, it worked. And then they have the little end sequence. All the kids are adopted or whatever. They're having a pool party.
Yeah,
And you're like, how did this happen?
it's like watching it as an adult. I didn't care for it then. I knew about the movie because, of course, you did.
Yeah.
It was when was that? 2002?
4?
I have a
Was it
VHS.
really?
I have a VHS copy of it because someone brought me a VHS copy of it at that wrestling show. Actually, I had a big puffy coat on, and I was walking around, and I had it in my pocket, and I was like, "Hey, you want to see my holes?" And I would just pull that out. Content.
That is.
Hey, want to see my holes? I feel like that's something you'd see on TikTok now.
Yes.
Of like someone getting like punched in the fucking face because they were like, "What'd you say?" It's a joke.
The TikToks are like, hey,
Yo.
bang.
I saw one of those. Dude got fucked up in a Lowe's.
It's gonna. I've seen a lot of Lowe's ones where they act like they work there or something.
Yes.
Or the guy was like on a walkie-talkie, pretends he's talking to his manager, and he's just talking mad shit about the dude.
Did he beat him up?
I think.
Did that guy get beat up?
Or he was yelling. He was like, "Get the manager over here now," or whatever. And then,
Oh, dude, it's a joke. Oh yeah, it's a joke now, huh? Dude, I'd probably be that guy. I'd probably be so
There's some
mad.
people that go way too far on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like,
They take it too much, right? Like that guy touched that guy. And then this guy proceeded to fucking manhandle him. He's like, "It's a joke." And I'm like, "You touched him, dude.
yeah,
You don't just get to touch people. That's weird."
it's like it's either that or they're giving him the money. I like those ones more, where they're like, it's a nice
Dude,
prank.
I will sit and fucking cry. Actually,
Yeah.
those get me so worked up. I get so sad.
I get the same way because they're like, "Oh my god, I have money for food now. I was just here, and my dog wasn't gonna have any food."
Look, I just got goosebumps everywhere. It's so sad, some of
Yeah.
those ones. There are some people they come across, and you're just like, oh my God, the bleakness. Those poor fucking people, man.
Yeah, and it's like there's a lot of them out there, you know.
That one
There's
guy has
lot
a
of people.
Twitch or something where they like Twitch at night, and then like during the day he films all the stuff, and all they do is donate the money, and then
Yeah.
they're like, take the $5,000 we raised last night and go, buy a homeless person a couch or what, whatever. They give
Yeah.
him like a list of shit to do. I'm sure you've seen him, and I'm just like, dude, I don't know. I don't know if I could live even having his job. That's so sad.
Yeah, 'cause you got to hear all the stories, and you're like, you can't save everybody, but
No, and then there's some though that are the return where they keep going back.
yeah, and they're like, okay, this person was homeless. Now we're getting them a house. Like it starts
Yo,
like a hotel room,
yes.
and they end up getting them like a whole house.
The family of 4, that was a big one. That one was millions and millions of views, which they all do. But like, yeah, we're a family of 4. We bought them a fucking house. Like their house is paid for now.
Yeah.
And dad's got a job. It's like, so it is just like a little bump.
Yeah, it's like you love to see it.
That's all people need is just that
Or-
little bit of hope.
Yeah,
I think that's, there is a lot of mental health issues with a lot of it too, but like a lot of it is just some help, some medication, and some therapy, and boom.
just get them back on their feet.
Just
and
another
they're
regular
good
human.
to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one lady, I love it. There's a bigger guy. He's like, he'll stop and he'll be like, "Hey," and there's one video in particular, and every time it comes across my feed, I have to watch it. And it's like you see him driving up to like the tents, and you don't see anyone. He's like, blah blah blah, says her name, and she's like, "Coom," just pops up. Hey. God, we just got so sad. That shit makes me so sad.
But it's like in a good way.
It is in a good way. It's like happy tears.
Happy tears. You see Mr. Beast in your local supermarket.
I see that dude walking around. I'm doing, "Hey, would
Following
you like
him.
to buy a candy bar?" I'm buying 19 candy bars. What do you need me to do?
Yeah, it's like, yes, I'm following you on everything. I've had your burgers. They weren't good.
Did we have them? We had them, right?
We haven't had them together. I've had it once.
I heard it's fine.
It was fine.
I mean, it's
I
test
wasn't a
kitchens,
fan.
man. You're not gonna.
I'm not a fan of those.
You can't set standards in something you're not associated to.
Yeah.
Like they don't give a fuck. They're just wrapping it in your wrapper, man. Like,
yeah, I always look. I'm like, I haven't heard of this place. Let's see if this isn't a Chili's or, you know.
yeah, exactly. Do you really want
Always
Chili's
Chili's.
make your Mr. Beast burger?
That wings play, just wings. It's just Chili's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just that's what they should name it. It's just
it's
Chili's.
just Chili's.
Just be honest. They should have to tell me who it's from. I like that they have the address on DoorDash, so I can still find out.
Right.
But I would rather you just tell me it's from Chili's.
Just tell me it's Chili's, so I can just order Chili's.
The Pancake Kitchen. It's Cracker Barrel. I could just get the pancakes from Cracker Barrel.
Which are fire.
Yeah,
Yeah, Cracker Barrel's pancakes are fucking top notch.
they're good pancakes.
I got a flat stone griddle for Christmas. You know, one of those big iron bad boys that you heat up. I cannot wait. I think that's going to be my first meal as breakfast.
Good choice. I saw a thing on TikTok the other day where they're like, French toast, you need all these things to dip the bread in, but that's all found in vanilla ice cream. Like, you know, eggs, milk, sugar.
That's all vanilla. Yeah, that's literally vanilla ice cream.
And so yesterday I just got some ice cream and I was like, and it worked. And I was like,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. That's so funny.
put some vanilla ice cream. Very healthy, by the way. Like eating like half a loaf of bread with vanilla ice cream smeared all over it.
I felt an artery harden as I was doing it. That's so awesome.
So I was like, this is the most, because I really did eat like half a loaf of bread.
Are you more of a breakfast food guy or like a dinner's food guy?
So I don't really eat breakfast, but I like breakfast food.
Oh, yeah, same. Yeah, I don't ever eat breakfast. It's so
Yeah.
rare. Every now and then I might grab like a shitty sandwich from a gas station. But actually having like breakfast, like
Yeah.
traditional style,
I like Wendy's breakfast, though. It's very good.
it's so lit.
And since they don't serve breakfast all day, I will have to get it.
Dude, those
Before
little
they stop.
potatoes, those little potatoes are
Yes.
out of control. They have no business being that good. It's from fucking, I mean, Wendy's does use like fresh ingredients, so shout out to them. But their breakfast is, they need a better campaign. Not
Yeah.
enough people know about it.
They need to do it all day. Because I would get that over
The meal,
rest
that's
of
probably
their
why they don't.
stuff. All they would be doing is serving breakfast all day.
I'm just saying, the only lines I see at Wendy's anymore are during the morning.
I still haven't had the breakfast baconator.
It's unbelievable.
I always get the chicken, the maple bacon croissant.
Dude, I've had like 4 things from that menu and none of it was bad. I don't like their sauces though. They have a cheese sauce. Like, fuck you, this is not
I haven't had it.
this is not cheese. This is like shit that was supposed to come from a can that like y'all put water in and
That's
tastes.
probably what it is.
It probably is what it is. I don't know though. They don't have freezers. Like everything there is fresh. It's day before.
Yeah, so it's good stuff. They have French toast sticks now. That's their newest thing.
And I do remember their Twitter being the most hilarious. They roast people.
Yes. Wendy's Twitter is top game.
So the dude
There's-
who runs their Twitter is like in a metal band.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why he's like so in like.
That's how he knows all those bands. But that stuff, like, there's one that is so famous and popular. It's not one of the roast things. But I mean, it is, but it isn't. It wasn't a band. The guy was like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, we're just going to low-key pretend like you forgot refrigerators existed for a minute.
Yes.
Dude,
I remember that.
if all their food is fresh, where do they store it at
Yeah.
the end of the day? Blah, blah, blah.
So come on, just use 2 brain cells.
Nah, yeah, I mean, man, when you're fucking revved up and you got to say something, I think it's just verbal diarrhea.
That's all Twitter is.
Yes.
Let's be real.
So I had to leave it.
I like it. It's entertaining.
It's too much.
People say some ridiculous things on there. I'm like, did you really just
It's
say that?
unhinged thought. It's stream of consciousness with no filter. People are not thinking about. It's like, did you not for a second? You just were typing out before you had the thought,
Yeah.
and it just came out, and you just hit fucking. Yep, that's the one. Tweet.
Like, what's his name? Just got arrested in Romania because of Twitter. I was like, that's...
Yo, I don't pay attention to much news, but I saw that. That guy's a turd.
Yeah.
And the fact that that's how it happened, like I clicked the link because I was like, what is going on? Holy fuck. What a dumb bitch.
Like, what a stream of events that, like, you wanted to argue with a teenager on Twitter and then you get arrested.
From a fucking pizza company,
Yeah.
dude. I got into it for a second. I started going, you know what the fucking pizza guy called? He's the one that noticed it was his pizza.
That's hilarious.
The owner of the pizza chain.
It's like, yo, this guy, he's here.
He's here.
God.
You stupid fuck.
I love
He deserves it, dude. He fucking had it coming. That guy's a turd. He's such a fucking dummy.
Twitter can be good sometimes.
That is funny. I'll give you that one. That one's fucking hilarious. Now, what about TikTok? Sell me on TikTok. I'm thinking about getting one.
It's bad for you. It'll ruin your attention span. Because
Yep.
now I'm like, I don't want to watch a YouTube video anymore.
Oh, that sucks because YouTube's my jam.
Because I'm like, it's more than 30
minutes.
seconds. Do I really want to watch this?
But do you use it? Are you on it or are you just using it?
I don't really post on there. I'll post
Okay.
like clips from shows sometimes. But I don't really post on there.
So you're not using it to like promote or, I mean, sort.
I've tried. It doesn't do well. Like if you post something like that, it's not going to do well. It's like it knows.
Like, I feel like the only, yeah, right?
Like I posted a stupid video that like, so sometimes, TikTok, it'll be like you scroll. So one time it was like 2 of the same video, but from different angles. I thought it was funny. So I posted that and went to sleep and had like a ton of views and comments and stuff. Like, so this stupid thing that I don't care about.
It's always that.
Yeah. And I was like, let me try to promote a show or something.
2.
Nothing.
Yeah, literally 2. It was you and the guy you told it about.
Yeah. So I'm like, eh. So I just scroll on there.
It's just a scroll spot.
Yeah. Just because there's some funny stuff on there. And there's this guy that makes fun of a lot of the... How much TikTok do you watch?
So I only see it. I don't have it. I only see it via like if I'm on like, you know how Instagram it's just reels.
Yeah.
Like even the post, if it's a video, it's a reel now. So like if you click, sometimes I'll fuck up and just start scrolling.
Yeah.
That's how I consume TikTok because that's all reels is. They post it to TikTok, and then everywhere else they just get that screen grab because every video ends with. That's their brilliance. They put the little ending animation on every TikTok.
Yeah.
And now everyone just shares that shit to everything else. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. And that's all you see is TikTok.
I feel like a lot of them are like people trying to imitate each other with like the, hey, do you want $1 or double it? Give it to the next person. Or the, what do you do for a living?
Yep.
Let me see your apartment. There's this guy that makes fun of all of them and will like incorporate all of those things.
Into one video.
Yes.
That's good.
It's like, you want to double your apartment and give it to the next person?
Well, one person it's kind of like music, dude. Like one person does a thing, invents a whole
Yeah.
genre.
And they're like, ooh, that's the thing.
And then 1,000 copycats. And there's sometimes like, and then it evolves. I don't want to call it copycatting. It's more of just like, oh, wow, I like this thing too. Let me do my version.
Yeah.
And then eventually it all gets worked out so well that it's all almost kind of the same because it's the hyper version of the original thing.
Yeah.
And then you watch it every time. Some more raw version that's more like the original will come out and they'll fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like once it keeps getting done and done and done, it gets boring.
Well, because it gets perfected.
Yeah.
We don't like that. We want the mess. I think that's why TikTok is so fucking huge.
We want the first version of it.
Yes.
And after that, we're like, eh.
But it lasts a while. I mean, we're talking
it will.
decades, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not so much on TikTok things.
Oh, it's instant.
The trends, they're and gone. Like, you got to figure out the next thing.
Like thing by lunch, ha 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 ha, and then it's fucking by dinner, it's something new.
Exactly.
Oh, now we're on to this.
That must be exhausting to keep trying to figure out. Like, if that's like your thing.
You're following the algorithms.
Yeah, and you're like trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to post now?
Yeah. What does my thumbnail need to look like? What do I got to do? What do, this, that, the other? Oh my god.
No, that sounds exhausting. Like you have to constantly post like every day, several times a day.
It'd be different if you're like, there are people that you'll meet in life that are like, their life is fucking crazy. Like just something, the natural energy they put out, something about them, like just things happen to them. It's just like, wow, how do you exist? If they were the people, just had a phone on them and they were just being themselves, they're just entertaining people. But I feel like most of it, because there's billions of people on these platforms, most of that has to be just disingenuous stuff.
Yeah, it's fake. It's all of it's staged.
Yeah, right? Like and you can tell.
Yeah, it's like there's no way.
Like there's this one on Facebook. I'm about to sound old as shit. There's this one on Facebook, and Facebook is fucking dead. It's so done. It's the worst.
That's how I find out about shows.
It's the only place to find out about shows. That's the only reason I still have it.
That's the biggest thing.
It literally is the only thing I get from it is that. And like a band when they release something. But I can get that from Instagram and shit too. Like that's normal. But there's this one, and it's this like, it's the same 4 people. And it's like 2 husbands and 2 wives. And they're like, hold on, no. And they'll set up the thing. And 10 minutes of the video is just them setting it up. Wait. And they'll like move it like this much. Okay. No, actually it's supposed to be like this. Are you fucking kidding me with
that'd be
this?
real boring.
It's the most boring shit in the world, and they'll have 30 million fucking views on it
I don't see how.
and 100,000 comments. And it's like all like, you can tell it's just people that were like sitting on like their couch or like on their lunch break just consuming. And it's like, ha ha ha, and they'll make some, I remember when, and they'll tell like a story in the comment. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
I do like those. Like, if the comments are entertaining to read. Sometimes you'll see a start of a video and you're gonna be like, the comments are about to be wild.
Yo, every time I'm like, 2 seconds into the thing, you see some crazy ass looking person and you're like, get that, you can't hit the comment button fast enough.
What are they saying?
How are they roasting this poor human? We're so bad, dude.
And like the third comment is like, you open this before you finish the video.
That's 100%. Yeah, it's always, and you're like, how'd you know? Because everyone here did.
It's like, I gotta see what everyone else is saying about it. And it's always like the blank profiles that have the worst things to say.
Every time. Well, that's on purpose. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely trying to stay
But
hidden.
then that comment has like 100,000 likes.
And then you can just go
said it,
seeing
so
who
we
looked
don't
like.
have to.
That's right. Yeah, and it was,
We were all thinking it.
Yep. Look at his eyes. They're like, oof. Damn, they said it. Oh, shit. Favorite internet meme video. Mine's Terry.
Back it up, Terry.
Back it up, Terry. Every time. It gets me every time. I'll laugh. Uncontrollable
My
laughter.
favorite like meme
That's a meme, right?
is the John Cena memes.
Yo, did you see the newest one with the Waffle House
Where
fight?
he's throwing the chair.
He's
And
throwing
it
the
looks
chair.
real.
Yeah.
I saw it and they're getting too good, man. I was like, John Cena was there for like 2 seconds. And then it dawned on me, of course it's not John Cena. This is a
John
deepfake.
Cena's not there.
Dude, because it's so good.
Yeah, that looks too real.
It's too much. We're there. That's fucking terrifying. Because it got me. And I'm
They have
fucking
whole TikTok accounts that are like
just
fakes,
deep
like,
fake shit.
celebrities.
That is
Dude,
kinda
have you seen the Bill? Have you
scary.
seen the YouTube of Bill Hader going in and out of impressions?
No.
It's so fucking good. You can't tell when it shifts to someone else's face, and it's just Bill Hader doing impressions on Conan, I do believe it is, or it's one of the late night
Where
shows.
they like superimpose the faces.
As he goes into the impression, it morphs into the person he's doing the impression of. It's so fucking good, dude. You can barely tell that it even changed. Your mind just accepts that that's the person doing it because of the voice attached to it.
There's gonna be a point where you're not even gonna be able to accept video evidence.
You can't.
Because it's gonna be like that.
Dude, they're already
that
so
could have
good.
been created.
Have you seen the fake Obama speech?
I've seen things like that.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
The endings are weird because he has a very particular way he talks.
Yeah.
It kind of fucks up those cadences.
But that's gonna get perfected eventually. Like, especially with celebrities,
Dude.
they're gonna be able to fake.
you'll never know what's
Especially
real.
with celebrities where there's just an unlimited
Yep.
amount of content
Yes.
there to like.
Well,
And you can like take their actual words and not have to mess with it.
a Russian film company just bought Bruce Willis. They bought his rights
Like to everything.
to deepfake him in movies.
And
They
like-
can just
and they know.
So they pay him a rate
Wait,
and
so they
even
can make a whole
forever.
movie
forever.
without him there.
He's dying. He's dying. Yeah, he's on his deathbed. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
he's. But his family now and forever, I would assume it's per movie. Surely it wasn't a flat rate. They're not going to do that. No celebrity. They're going to be like, fuck you, pay me. Every time you use this, we want $10 million.
Yeah.
And it's probably based on like if his revenue goes up, if his revenue goes down. It's probably a percentage of based on popularity, I would assume. But still, forever now, into the ethos, they can just, yeah, we need a guy walking down the street. Well, we got Bruce Willis.
That's
We can
gonna
put
be
Bruce Willis in this.
wild.
They have his voice. Dude, he's done 1,000,000 hours of shit.
Yeah, like they got every phrase.
You
he
have
could say.
every mannerism, every phrase, every way he can say a word. Damn, like, and it's gonna be, all of them are gonna start doing it.
The idea
He was the
of,
first.
like, you could just make whole movies with like people who will be dead.
Dead, dude. They already made a Nirvana
already
song.
doing
Did you
that.
hear that?
I didn't.
It's just like the speeches. It's clearly like there's like this warble to it,
Yeah, it's kind of off.
but it's a song that never existed that they just fed their entire discography to.
And it's like have a computer make.
And it
what
just
would be.
made what a new one would be, and it's so fucking close. It sounds like a kid in a garage tried to make a Nirvana song, but in 10 years you
Yeah.
won't know that it wasn't Nirvana.
The man's will just start doing that. They're like, hey, we did this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I have a feeling that's already got to be happening because humans are doing it. Have
Yeah.
you seen these Riff Farm guys? You can pay them like $20.
Yeah, and there's like AI like artists.
E-Tid does it. The Jordan Buckley does it on Instagram. You can pay him money, and he calls them shit riffs. It's riffs he didn't use in the record, and you can just buy the riff off of him and put it in your song. So if we're already doing it,
Yeah.
it's coming. Like, yeah, for sure. Just like the whole argument with the AI thing right now. That will be the next AI thing in music, I feel like, is well, you didn't write this riff. You typed in, I want this riff to sound like, who's a fucking famous guitarist, of course, like Gene Simmons and fucking, the guy from whoever wrote it together. And it'll just go, it'll collect all that data and go, well, oh, hit refresh. Well, here's another one.
No one's going to know if it's genuine or not. They're like, yeah, I came up with that.
There will be that stint, but eventually they'll be able to
perfected,
photos now. You can backlog any image now through Google. If someone sends you something and you're like, I think they stole this, you can literally just go into Google, drag it in the fucking search bar, and it'll just show you if it came from it.
Yeah.
Dude. Imagine we get to a point in history. I think we'll be long gone, but like our kids and shit, their generations will be like, you didn't write this. I don't believe you. You didn't write this song, Kevin. You're a dirty little AI thief. And he'll drag it into the thing and he'll go, I knew it.
Hot tech, though. I don't think that generation gives a fuck about that.
They don't. No, they won't.
I mean, yeah.
And that's
Going crazy outside,
that's a thunder.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
yeah.
How long has this been going?
We're at 2:16.
You want to call it?
Yeah, we can.
Are you having fun? I'm having a
I'm
blast.
I can keep talking.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
I just don't want if the power goes out, the podcast will just stop. I just want to put that out there because that was crazy.
Major power issue.
We haven't, but that sounded insane.
Yeah.
We're in a basement right now, and that was I bet money you heard that on the thing.
I didn't even know it was going to rain today.
It's apparently like raining all day now.
Yeah, it's raining all day. Yeah.
Oh.
Awesome. It'll be a fun drive home for the both of us.
I am 7 minutes away.
Fuck. I am 30 in the woods, and all my roads do this. Like a cartoon.
Because I didn't know, because I knew you lived like kind of far away, so I didn't know if we're doing it there. And then Kurt sent me the address of this place. I plugged it in. I was like, oh, good. Good.
Like, yes, I can sleep in. Excellent.
Yeah.
Are you a sleep inner?
No.
No, I'm not either.
I can't if I wanted to. Like,
Brain's just like, hey, we're up.
I can maybe nap later in the day for like 2 hours.
I woke up this morning, up late. I've got all this stuff I've got to get done. And my eyes open and I was like, oh no, am I late? And I tapped the phone and I was like, motherfuck, I'm so early. I don't even want to be up. It was like 7:30. I was like, damn it. Because I didn't go to bed till late. I was up just stressing, just being stressed out.
Normal stuff.
Making some hard decisions.
Just making hard decisions. I got some shit going on. I'm just having to make a bunch of tough decisions in like days. And it's just like, fuck, and I try to be pretty just sail through life kind of, I get worked up and shit, but not like this. This is like the maximum.
Great way to start the year.
Yeah. Great way to fucking end the year too is the whole reason I'm in this situation. So it was like, but 2022 was still pretty rad.
But I feel like you're starting it off on
I'm just saying.
where the rest of the year will be.
It could be.
There you go.
It could have the potential to set the year up, but I just have to it's kind of weird to say I have to go away for a little while for that to work.
Yeah.
Which also sucks. Because I feel like it's going to be kind of pandemic-y, where I'm just kind of alone.
Not able to do anything, see anybody. You're just working.
I'm just working, which is all I did in the pandemic. I worked the whole time.
Yeah.
That's all I did. I did get to see humans in their homes.
That's not the same.
That's not really the same thing. I'm not hanging out with them. As a matter of fact, in the height of it was they would go live at their relative's house while someone else was in their home, or they would completely be in the other side of the house. All the doors are closed. You'll never see them.
Yeah.
They'll let you in via the Ring doorbell or something.
Gotta love technology.
It's kind of nice for that purpose. Hard to get the point across though. You're looking into a doorbell, but your shit's all fucked up. The floor's got to come off the ground. I really wish you were here in person.
It's much easier to explain.
Yeah. We have FaceTime and shit, but then you have to have the same phone, and if you don't have Zoom or Skype, it's still wonky. I'm waiting for that one connective thing where we all just go, all right, game's over.
Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Facebook
that shit works like trash.
Yeah,
I hate Facebook Messenger. I just don't like it.
that's
It's
why I
just
made it separate from Facebook. Remember that whole thing?
oh, dude, now you have to, and now they're trying to make it all. Have you seen the? It's like Instagram is in it now too.
Yeah, it's all
The Meta?
Oh, yeah.
Are you
'Cause
Meta?
They're linked, yeah.
That's see if we're doing it. If the Oculus, the mapping of the brain.
It's also more convenient. I can make like one post and post it to everything at once.
Oh, it's pulled up on my thing right now. I was just talking to yesterday. I was like, this update, they actually might have did something good because you can do, dude, stories, posts, videos, anything, add text, links, all the stuff, and just for like the whole week.
Yeah.
You sit down for an hour, your whole week's planned out.
Schedule the post and
I did the Lame Johnny Bandcamp release via that app, and still forgot.
You forgot it was being posted?
Yeah, I opened up Facebook and was like, "Oh shit!"
I
like
did
an
do
hour later. Damn it, because you want to catch it.
Right, so you can like be on top of it and whatever.
I mean, yeah. It's just we already put it out, so everybody who's going to listen to it, I feel like already probably wouldn't listen to it. This was more of just like here's a streaming option,
Yeah.
and a bonus track if you want to like give us money,
Which is cool.
Then we made it $4. Bandcamp's kind of cool now. Have you been on there lately?
Not really.
They give you like ideas. I haven't been on there in years.
Like how to build your
Yeah,
thing.
like they'll give you like I was like, and it actually said what's a fair price, and you like or something like that.
Yeah.
Click it, and it was like genuinely speaking, and it just goes down the numbers, and if you want to price it like this, blah 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 blah, and it was like 4 is the most common best number for this many tracks, and I was like, sick.
I mean, that's cool if they give you that information. Like this
Yeah.
is what people will pay, and no, I don't do any of that.
That's not your side of the ballpark.
No.
Yours is just extreme nervousness on show day, and
I do most of the social media stuff.
Do you?
Like I did get all of our stuff on streaming, just not Bandcamp particularly.
right.
Just because it was like we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it, and I was just eventually I'll do it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. That's typically how that goes.
Yeah. That it just we're gonna wait for the vinyl, but then we're like, this could be forever.
Oh, dude, I mean, I waited on the there was a live stream during the pandemic, the Under Oath one. It was a whole year.
Yeah.
I waited a whole entire year to get it. It's not their fault.
Right.
Like they put out the thing, and they were told it will take like 3 months. It took a year. Like,
That's just
and that sucks for them because people don't understand. Like,
right, 'cause they pay for it, and they're like, "Yo, where is it?" And
Right.
they're like, "You'll get it when you get it."
that's a weird thing. Like this old format that now is like the moneymaker in music, but
Yeah.
there's only 3 places that make it in the world now. And so you're like on that scale, on those big scales that can do that amount of work,
Yeah.
and they're all just bottlenecked.
Yeah.
And now we're waiting.
Yeah, it's everyone though, so it's
Streaming's instant.
yeah, streaming's instant, but having the tangible thing, people collect records too.
Same.
That's a huge thing.
That's me to a T. I love collecting records.
I never got into it, but
Don't.
don't.
Because it's like your basses. You got into bass, and boom, you've had 12 basses in a year.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yep.
'Cause I'm the type, like, I have an addictive personality where, like, if I get into something, I'm getting into it.
Full speed ahead, dude.
Yeah. And I would be buying 3 records a week if I got into it.
Yeah, you would. You would, because you'd see it and you'd be like, oh, that's dope. And then you'd be selling. Then you get into selling them because you're like, I don't have enough space for this.
Yeah.
What
Like-
are some I can offload?
You're like, I want this one more.
Yeah, this one doesn't inspire me like it did on the Target shelf.
Yes. That's absolutely me.
But in the same regard, there is a bit of funness to it because record stores are more prevalent than they've been in
Yeah,
the
they're
last
coming
50
back.
years. So, like,
It's-
there's one in every town now.
It's really like, who would have thought that old medium would come back and be the big thing?
It's the oldest one next to fucking wax rings, man. Like, how did it win?
I mean, but it's also like, I feel like it is the most collectible, like
bigger.
compared to like a tape or a CD. It's like, it's if you got like your art on there, it's a big piece of art.
CDs I get. CDs are trash. They always have been.
Yeah.
We were sold a bill of goods that sucked as a humanity. CDs have always sucked. You drop the thing, it just fucking stops working. Like it's
Yes.
garbage. Or leave it in the case 20 years later, it just won't work.
I've had CDs break, like open it too fast, it just breaks.
So like CDs make sense. Tapes though, tapes were huge for a long time. And them and vinyls kind of coexisted for a long time. And vinyl still won, though, man. I think it's the largeness of it. I really do.
Because it's like a real, like you really got something to hold on to.
Right.
That's what it is.
Because like the sound quality ain't it. Even if it's mastered and pressed on 180 gram, there's only so good it can sound coming through a needle.
Yeah.
You know? And we can make it better, and we have. Like, I go put on one of my dad's old records and one of my new records. There's definitely a difference, but it ain't listening to it on a fucking, phone.
Yeah.
It's infinitely better on my phone as far as clarity and
I
shit.
feel like it's how most people are actually listening to it anyway.
Yeah. The thing is just a collector's
Yeah.
item. I just want to support.
Just be like, I have this.
Right. Like, I want to have this thing. And that's kind of all we have. I mean, there's T-shirts and stuff.
Shirts.
They're kind of not like...
I feel like a record is more collectible than a shirt, though. Because shirts, they get worn out. And
They deteriorate.
all that. But
They get holes in the armpits and shit. And then eventually you just make a blanket out of it.
And then somebody makes $800 off of it 50 years later.
I mean, I guess that happens. Did that happen?
that's probably happening.
Did you see the world's oldest Levi's jeans just sold for $100,000?
That's ridiculous.
They were from like the 1800s. Like they found them in a mine or some shit. And they've been preserved this whole time. And a pair of pants sold for $100 grand.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
That's
People have too much money.
I just want a little. Can I just, please, sir? I just want another microphone from a guest, sir.
Just a small one.
She got the $100. No, I don't even need that, bro. You're the fucking further we get, that number twinkles down a little bit.
I mean, you're right.
Small, sad. Like even in my poor ass, I'm like $1,000. What's $1,000? That ain't shit. It's $1,000 shit. Like, get your food for
I mean, I'd be
a little bit.
less stressed if I had it.
I mean, you're right.
For a moment.
I would gladly take it any day.
But I'm saying, like, when I was a kid, dude, $1,000. Oh my god, I'll live all year on
$1,000
this.
was life-changing money as a kid.
Unbelievable,
I could buy a house with that.
dude. My first job, I was 14. I was making $234 a week, working 40 hours a week, $234. I could not spend it enough to not still have some left over by the next time I had another paycheck.
Yeah.
Buying, I didn't. Dude, I'm 14. I ain't cooking no fucking lunch. Dude, the guys I worked with are smart as shit. They were starting a fire. They brought like little camping equipment. They would cook their lunch, take a fucking nap. I'm like, I'm going to Burger King.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Back when the dollar menu was a thing.
Oh, dude, infinite dollar menus.
Everyone had dollar menus. That was a good time. Bring them back.
Is that not a thing anymore? I don't eat really a lot of fast food anymore.
So. Like, unless you got some coupon. But I don't think there's like a standard dollar menu anymore.
Really, McDonald's doesn't have a dollar menu? That's crazy.
No.
I don't eat it, so I don't know. It's been a while, man. I haven't had it, and I certainly haven't gone to get it.
No.
I maybe have had some chicken nuggets here or there, but they were never really on the dollar menu.
I do frequent McDonald's.
Do you?
At least once a week.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Is this because of work? Like you're just nearby? Or
There's a McDonald's nearby. Also, I like chicken nuggets.
Dude, chicken nuggets they fuck real hard.
They do.
They're unbelievable.
But sometimes I want something else. Every fast food place has the same menu.
The same menu, yeah, for sure.
But we're getting Whataburger soon. So I get to have something from a different place that's the same.
For 1 week, it'll be amazing, and then it'll just be another thing.
I'm afraid that'll happen. I'll probably go there every week for a couple months, and then it'll just be another place.
Yeah. It'll just be another option that sometimes we go there. But if it's a good one, though, man, whew.
Yeah. So I'm definitely, at this point, I'm like, anytime I see a Whataburger, I'm going there.
Yes.
Then eventually, I guess, won't be that.
I used to call it Waterburger when I was a kid.
Whataburger.
Let's go to Waterburger.
I used to think that it was a fictional place that existed only in King of the Hill.
Also, oh really? It was a Texas thing.
Because I grew up in Seattle,
right?
So I'm very far from Texas and Whataburger,
and you're not going to see that,
right? So I just assumed King of the Hill came up with it,
hilarious.
Like the Krusty Krab or something.
That's amazing. There is a real Krusty Krab now, though. There's one. There's only one.
Came later.
It did, but that's funny because I grew up eating there. CC's Pizza was from there too. It's like come and go gas station. I'm from there, so like all that stuff was in my childhood. Yeah. Like Taco Bueno, I've been eating there since I was a fucking baby.
Yeah,
like all those things, and then when they start branching out, And now it's like these cultural places. Yo, also, Whataburger's merch is fucking tight.
I haven't seen any.
I saw it a couple of days ago. That's wild you brought that up in an ad. And I was like, is this actually Whataburger? And I clicked it. Yo.
I didn't know they had merch.
They got sick ass merch. They don't just have merch. They have like throwback trucker hats. I wish I could wear hats so bad. It's like the one thing. It's like the one, yeah, like, it's like the one fashion item I genuinely like and cannot wear. I look like a fucking goofball deluxe in a hat, dude. You've seen it. It's sad. It's so sad. I put on a hat and it's like, it's like, this is not for you. Just take the hat back off. But they have these throwback trucker hats that are like these like throwback colorways, you know? Like everything is like proper to the time. Very like 1960s looking. So sick. Everyone go check out Whataburger merch.
Yeah, I mean, once we get the Whataburger in Little Rock,
maybe they'll just have some. That's the thing they're doing now, right?
They should. Why wouldn't they have it in the store? Yeah.
They have a lot of mom and pops are starting to have like merch sections.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I've seen that.
Especially the ones that have like 10 stores. They're like slightly bigger, so they're doing really well.
Yeah, because like people will buy it if they like your restaurant. 100%. Why not? It's an easy way to make some extra money.
Extra money. It's fucking human billboards walking around all over the place.
Because they're gonna be like, oh, what's that place? If they haven't heard of it, or they'll be like, I've seen that. Is that good? You're wearing their shirt, so they're probably good.
And you're the third person I've seen this week wearing one of these.
Yeah,
I gotta check it out.
Like, just that little word of mouth or advertise, it goes a long way. Do you follow the Mighty Rib?
No.
It's a Facebook page, and it's just like restaurants in Arkansas mostly.
Oh.
They'll go there and be like, hey, I had this today. It was good. And I'll be like, okay, haven't heard of it. I'm going there.
It's like anything, like a food truck, a restaurant.
Yeah, it's like a blogger type guy that will just go anywhere and be like, I ate here today.
Oh, it's just one person? It's not people like inputting?
Yeah, I think it's just one person that runs the page, and then people like comment, obviously, and be like, yeah, I liked it too.
But only he makes the posts? It's not like a community thing?
Yeah, it's just one person as far as I know.
What's it called?
The Mighty Rib.
The Mighty Rib.
Some people think it's a restaurant. It
sounds like a restaurant.
No,
I legit thought that's what you were going to say. You should go eat the Mighty Rib.
No, it's just a dude that likes food. And I'm like, it's not just Central Arkansas, too. It'll be like Northwest Arkansas or wherever.
Do you fuck with barbecue at all?
I love barbecue.
Oh, who doesn't? I'm so glad you said that. But some people aren't food people. Some people treat it as just, it's this thing I need.
That is like my vice instead of like drinking or whatever. Like, I like
barbecue?
Food.
Oh, food?
Food in general, but like I do really love barbecue.
Dude. Yo.
How do you feel about hot sauce?
Barbecue.
Depends. I don't like just like plain hot sauce. If it's got like some flavor to it, like a mango habanero kind of.
You gotta have flavor.
Yeah. I don't just want heat and pain.
Boy, do I have the sauce for you. My lord. We did the hot ones.
I saw that. No, see, that looks scary. It just sounds like heat and pain.
It was immediate. It was immediate. Just fucking every emotion you could have, I messed up. Like you feel regret and just the anger because now you're in. Yeah. You ate it. You're in.
I mean, yeah, you just got to fight through it.
Yeah, you just have to sit there.
8 seconds now.
Dude. Do what?
You'll last that 8 seconds now.
It was longer than 8 seconds. Oh, here's something we haven't said on the podcast. So everything's done. My mouth is burning. Spencer gets real mad. He leaves.
Because
he went
how
upstairs.
hot it was?
Yes. He was like, I'm going to lay down. I was pissed too. I was like, what we should, like, I will do it again because of how insane it is. Like it's almost like this self-deprecation where you just do the thing just because of you'll never get the sensation from anything else. It's one of those things, right? God damn this thing. So I go and we're like packing up and we have like a breakdown process. And I go to the bathroom and I open the door and Kurt goes, you washed your hands before you went to the bathroom, right? And I was like,
oh no.
I was like, what do you mean? He goes, dude, you were handling everything. You had all the sauce. You did it on your fingers, everything. I was like, dude, and as soon as he said it,
oh no.
As soon as he said it, my wiener started tingling. Dude, for an hour. I had to drive home. It got so bad, I poured almond milk on a napkin and wrapped my whole junk in almond napkin milk. Dude, he was like, everyone was laughing. I was in so much fucking pain, dude.
I guess it's not like a thing you think of if you're not, handling hot sauces all the time. But yeah, that stays on you and it'll get on your skin.
Does it? And it transfers and stays there too.
Yeah.
Dude.
So like, don't touch your eyes, don't touch anything.
Eyeballs, I was very aware of my eyeballs. Don't touch it. But for some reason, just wasn't thinking I should wash my hands first.
Yeah.
First. It was all, dude, I mean, just the most misery. I went home. I sat in my office. I just sat in the chair, like, just, my wife was like, dude, my wife was like, are you okay? I was like, I mean, like, I'm fine. I'm not in pain. I'm miserable, you know? Almost like sorrow. Like,
no, that sounds terrible.
it was so
It's like just a constant torture.
Like when you lose a bet, but you kind of expect
that.
to lose anyway.
Yeah. But that's what you nailed it. There's no running away. There's nothing you can do to make it better. It's like you're just in it. And so that kind of actually, it's like getting a tattoo. It hurts unbelievable, but you're there. You're in the thing.
Yeah, it'll be done when it's done.
You'll be done when it's done. Like, it's going to take 3 hours. You're going to be here getting hurt for 3 hours. So you kind of accept it, and that was kind of what it was. But it was also miserable as fuck.
Yeah.
Which tattooing I kind of enjoy, but...
So I guess no more hot sauce for you?
No more touching of the wiener via the hot sauce. That's for sure. I'm not doing that. I will... There's a solid chance the next time I do it, I'll wear gloves. So I can just,
Yeah. So what was the hot sauce thing for?
Just to do it.
to-
We asked each other questions like that, like we thought would elicit like a decent answer, and if the person didn't want to answer it, they would eat the hot sauce. But then we just ate it anyway. It was just for fun, really. We tried to put an angle on it.
Patreon.
Yeah, it's on our Patreon, or it's going to be. We're still editing it because we did 2 camera angles.
Okay.
We just did our episode, and we're starting a new thing. And now we're going to kind of combine the 2 things that we just started because it makes sense to do it as one thing. So it was for that, and we're just kind of, flying by the seat of our pants.
Yeah,
so it's like
different stuff.
It's like, let's try this. Let's try there's a new one called Are You Garbage? I want to do an episode like that where you just ask each other questions to see if you're just a garbage human, which I am. I'm fucking garbage. I'm garbage to the nth degree.
It's relatable.
Yeah, I'm not I'm just kind of just like I don't take care of myself good.
I don't either.
I'm good at cleaning, but not certain things, like especially messes. Like if I see like a big mess, I'm like, God, just wait. Like
right.
my yard. I definitely have a broke down car in my yard.
Like I will do it this week, maybe.
Ish.
Yeah.
This
week-ish.
3 years later, still got the fucking.
I don't know if I'm that bad, but I do put off things like that.
And that's like garbage behavior. It's just like little things like that. It's like there's a whole podcast around it, and it's my new favorite. And it is fucking hysterical because the questions they ask are it's so smart, the question, a lot of them. And you're like, oh, fuck. Oh, I definitely do that.
I'm being attacked right now.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's the whole thing. I'm just answering yes to everything. I'm like, oh, man,
Like, even if your food order's wrong, do you still send it back?
Yeah. Or do you just eat the food order? Yo, I only have 2. If it's got mayonnaise on it, we're fucking. It's all war. It's a war. You started a war with me. I can't stand it. I won't.
Baconators have mayonnaise on them, right?
Yeah, that's why you get it without them.
Yeah,
but I'm saying if you fuck,
But
I'm not mad. I'm
they
just
mix it with the ketchup so well that it kind of doesn't.
no. I don't get ketchup on it either. Plain, dude. Plain. Food should come plain, and you should have to add the nonsense you want.
I think so too. But I like the plain food.
Or make my shit cheaper. I didn't take your lettuce and your gross ass condiments. Give it to me less. I want 50 cents knocked off this bitch.
I wish that was an option. Or you could like substitute. Like, can I sub this with bacon?
Right? Hey, can all that together equal one more piece of bacon?
Yeah.
Because I know it does. I'm not stupid. This burger costs you 80 cents to make.
Right. And you're charging me $10 for it.
That's right. So, just saying.
Just give me a piece of bacon.
Just give me a piece of fucking bacon, dude. God damn.
Maybe
Shit
if
is
you
gross.
ask nicely enough, they will.
We did one time. We came up from the recording studio, and our stop back then was Wendy's. We were just Wendy's fanatics. And we used to call that triple, that triple burger they make? We called that thing the triple greasy. That was what it was coined. We were like, yo, we all getting triple greasies out to celebrate. And we went there, and we were with some friends, and it was like a whole to-do. And we get there, and the sandwiches are the best cooked they've ever been. There's no grease on them. You can't see through the wrapper. It's like a perfect burger. But we were kind of like, damn, I kind of missed the
triple greasy.
The grease, like, where's it at? So my friend walked up with a ketchup cup and goes, hey, it's not really greasy enough. Can you fill this up for me? She almost did it. The manager overheard what the request was. Dude, she was going to do it. The person behind the counter was 100%.
Let's get you a cup of grease.
Going to give us a cup of fucking grease from the fryer.
I mean, why not?
That's what I'm saying. And the manager was like, I don't think we can do that, sir. He's like, yeah, but I'm used to... Dude, he tried to sell it so hard. It was so good.
That almost sounds like a prank. To be like, can I get a cup of grease?
It was both a prank and almost like there was legitimacy to it, though.
Yeah.
Like, it was legit. Wow, I actually do kind of miss like the pure, just nasty. I came here specifically to get fucked up.
I'm sure they're like, we got to make them greasier next time, everybody.
Oh, now they make them like perfect. You get a burger from Wendy's, they're like these flawless things. Everything I've gotten from Wendy's as of late has been like it's almost like they like, we're going to be the brand that matches the photo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think of like the big mainstream fast food places, Wendy's is the top one.
I agree. I have to. Like, it really is so good.
Like, it's good, it's consistent.
It's hot, it's fresh. It really is fresh.
Yeah,
and you watch them make it right then.
That they're the whole never frozen thing.
They don't have the little burger slider fucking hold on to it. Someone ordered a thing. Yeah, they changed their mind. It's already in the hole. Just wait for the next one. They don't have none of that. No warming lights.
No. So if I do hear the chili's made of old burgers.
The what?
The chili. They use old burgers. Like the burgers that didn't sell, they make that in chili.
Do they?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Maybe don't get the chili.
Don't get the chili. Everything else.
But their ice cream machine works.
Yes. You are getting a Frosty.
Yeah. Game, set, match.
I saw a thing today where it was like $2. You get a free Junior Frosty for a year with every purchase.
Is that real?
It was on their window.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. You went to Wendy's today?
I did.
I'm kind of jealous. Kind of want Wendy's.
They like partner with schools, and it's like you can buy a card. That's
I've seen the Sonic cards.
Yeah.
Where you get the.
It was
the punch.
Yeah, it was something like that. I went on their website and it said it was for like December, and I'm like, well, now it's January. So.
Oh, so they just hadn't pulled the decal off. Dude, could you imagine $2 get you Frosties for? But that's probably with a purchase. Though.
Yeah, you have to purchase something.
I mean, we all can disseminate that they're just basically Frosties are free for them.
I'm sure.
Like they're making that shit so low cost. They're just like, whatever, throw it in.
It's like the smallest Frosties. So
do you do the fry Frosty thing? Are you one of those guys?
I have before. I don't get Frosties that often though.
I forget.
Yeah, that is the thing. I forget they exist, and I tried the peppermint one and the strawberry one that they've had recently, but those are like, so maybe just a couple Frosties this year.
I'm just chocolate.
I'm a sucker for exclusive flavors. If anywhere's like, hey, we have this thing for a limited time, I have to get it.
Okay. I can respect that.
Do you remember the Burger King burger with black buns?
Yes.
No. That was a overseas thing, though.
No,
they did it here.
Did they?
I think it was like a Halloween thing.
They made me poop green.
Yes, that was also the thing.
Well, the food dye, the amount of dye in that, to get that actually black like that.
I think back to it, I'm like, why the fuck did I eat that?
The amount of
not appealing
things, especially when you think a top layer of a bun's supposed to be brown and it's not.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What did they put in that?
They put all kinds.
There's
of
probably
stuff
Sherwin-Williams paint in this, like
our food compared to like the same places overseas.
Bro, have you seen the
completely different?
Have you want to know when they'll fuck you up real bad? I don't know how to stop eating them because I love them so much. But I saw that the pizza pillows, the Totinos, the
pizza rolls,
the pizza rolls.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Like here, whatever's in that, that's not food.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like illegal in other places.
They just take shit from a floor and go make it taste like pepperoni.
Yeah.
And then over there, they're like, it's fucking pepperoni and sauce.
Yeah, it would be great if we had that here. 'Cause it's like our food is so high in calories for no reason. It's just like, let's just dump sugar in it.
Ingredient lists like this.
Yeah.
That's one of the things, like when you're dieting, you know? Like, I don't know if you diet, but definitely I do. And I'll lose like 60 pounds and then just gain it all right back because, you know, pizza is real.
Pizza's great.
Pizza's amazing. But I like to eat. I'm one of those guys that's like, I'm either getting the best there is or I'm getting Little Caesars. I don't fuck with like Domino's and Pizza Hut. Yeah, it's like, what's the point?
It's close. Let's me like if it's nearby and they're cheap.
They're not near. Nothing's nearby me though. So like, I'm traveling, and the closest thing. Well, the closest thing is a Little Caesars.
I can't do Little Caesars.
Oh really? That's all I fucking. That's that or Vino. Like I'm going for there or like to like Vino's or Damn Good or what's the. Dude, honestly, Pizza D's got a really good fucking pizza too.
I've had it once.
I only had pizza once and it was mid.
It's ours was really good. We had a chicken fucking like ranch thing. I think it was. It's fucking pretty good.
I'm more of a fan of their wings.
I never had the wings.
It's like the one time, like the first time I went there and we played there, I got like everything. It's like, give me a pizza. I want the wings. I want the burger. I was like, I'm trying it all.
Damn. Did you share? Or
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's like, hell no, I didn't share. I put the wing and the burger in the pizza slice.
No, it was definitely.
I made my
we
own.
Feasted.
You ever had a bone-in chicken sandwich?
A bone-in chicken sandwich.
Ooh,
fucking. That's an epic meal. Remember that?
epic mealtime.
Love it. That show's so wild.
Bone-in chicken sandwich.
Bone-in chicken sandwich. What? Yeah, we probably do need to wrap it up. We had 3 hours.
2 hours and 45 minutes.
That's
Hey,
about
we
3
did
hours.
it.
Yeah, we did it.
Well, I was telling him, I was like, it's probably only go like 2 hours. We did it. First one in the books.
Boom.
Sorry it took so long, buddy. That's
It's
kind of
okay.
my bad. I should have had you on way sooner.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hey. All right, everybody. Oh, wait. Plug your shit.
So when is this coming out?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. Okay, so we are playing Friday the 13th. It's Morbid Vision's release show. Terminal Nation shooting a music video. We got Ozone from Texas. We got Prevention from Springfield, Illinois. And I think their name's pronounced Marty Laka from Springfield, Missouri.
Damn.
So, Stack Show.
That's a Friday, too.
It is a Friday.
This will come out on the 10th,
So
this Friday.
it's this Friday.
Yes.
Fuck.
Friday
dude.
night fight metal.
I'm now more pissed. I didn't know that was all a part of it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
God damn it.
Second Life LR on all social media.
Everyone go. I'll watch vicariously through Instagram later.
There you go. I'm sure there'll be videos.
Oh, for sure. And they're shooting a music video too? God
Yeah.
dang it, dude. I want to be the guy in the back going, where am I?
Where am I? There
I know
am.
I'm near the sound booth. Where am
I
I?
need somebody to throw a chair.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
well, there's your guy. Chair thrower.
Chair thrower. We'll invite John Cena.
We'll just superimpose him in later.
Yes.
We'll just steal that clip from the... Yo, she palmed that fucking thing and straight...
Who's ready?
Did you see the look on her face? Unbelievable. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Peace. Bye.